Hey, I'm here at NAFA, the National Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors. I'm about to jump on stage in a matter of minutes. I'm going through my routine in a private breakout room, right? I'm doing jumping jacks. I'm getting excited. I'm getting focused. But what I keep thinking about over and over again is when I grew up, my dad's been in business 32 years. I grew up around the insurance industry. I heard the word NAFA for the last 20-something years at least. And along the way, I would go to early in the industry, I would go to little local NAFA chapters in Springfield, Missouri. And I'm about to share this live on stage, but when they first called and said, Cody, we've selected you to be our headline keynote speaker for Apex, our national conference. They have 20,000 members, hundreds in the other room. They said, we want you to open up our event in August here at the Biltmore Hotel in Phoenix. And the truth is, when they shared that, and I'm gonna try to keep my emotions when I share some of this on stage, dude, I hung up the phone, and before I could even tell anybody, I was just sitting there by myself, reminiscing, thinking about how it was always a dream to speak here. And now it's about to happen, and you're about to get to see it and share in that dream. So I share that because over these last 6 to 12 years, we've been doing everything we possibly can to help the industry, to connect the industry, to provide value, and to get on cool big stages like this. So whatever you want in life, I guarantee you can have it. And my talk that you're about to watch is about how you can go to another level.
Cody Askins!
Let's go, baby, let's go. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you so much, man. You're awesome. You're awesome. You're awesome. What's up, NAFA? What's up, NAFA? How we feeling today? What's up, NAFA? Man, who's ready for an amazing couple of days? It's been a few years since we've done this, right? It's good to be back. Let me hear you if it feels good to be back. Dude, the energy is right in this place. The energy is right. You guys are awesome, man. They say insurance is boring. It ain't sexy. You guys are making it fun again. That's what I love. I can tell you this, the more energy and feedback you give me, the better I'll be today. Some of you want me to be better. And I heard a couple of you actually, applauded from Missouri earlier, so thank you. That's amazing. Great start. I want to start off by sharing my gratitude to NAFA and the leadership community and everyone involved in putting this together. I'd love for you to give them a quick hand. It's kind of funny. I'm 32. I've technically been in the insurance industry 32 years. My dad has been in the industry 32 years. I grew up in the insurance industry. Who else grew up in the insurance industry? Let me see you. Okay, actually a decent amount. That's surprising. But we didn't go to school and career day and be like, you know what, dude, I gotta sell insurance, man. Give me some of that insurance. I gotta do that. But I remember as a kid, hearing my dad talk about NAFA and what they were doing, how they're giving back, and they're protecting the industry, and they're bringing people together, and they're creating a network. And I remember along the way saying, you know what? When I get in the insurance business, I'm gonna go to a local chapter and check this thing out, which I did in Springfield, Missouri. I'll share my story in just a second, but I got started in the industry at 19 as an intern. But it's interesting to go to local chapters, to share and help the insurance industry, and I'm gonna share my story again, and hear about NAFA, and go see it, and hear about all of you, and hear the expansion, hear what's going on, and to hear about it from my father. And I remember getting a call probably, whatever it was, Mark, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 months ago, something like that. And I got a call, and NAFA said, Cody, we would like for you to be one of our headline keynote speakers and open up at Apex in August. I'm not an emotional dude. I do not get very emotional very often. But I hung up the phone. Before I reached out to my wife, I just sat there. And I thought about all the blood, well, maybe not, but sweat and tears and money that we've put into giving back and getting known and helping the industry. And And I started reminiscing over my 12 years, 13 years in the space. And just tears just completely came over me. Because I remember at 10 years old, watching my grandfather as a Baptist pastor, wanting to speak one day, wanting to get up and give back and help people and encourage people and motivate people. And I'm going to do that today. We're going to talk about how to get to another level today. Now, I'm only 32. I got a lot additional levels to get to. Okay, so when I share some of this, I'm going to share it as humbly and aggressively as possible. But I was in tears because I knew I would eventually speak at NAFA, but I didn't realize it would be so soon. And emotion just came over me, and so I want to thank NAFA for having me here because it means the world, and it's absolutely incredible to open up at Apex in Arizona with all of you. Also, who has no clue who I am? And be honest, okay? Good, but not good, right? Good, but not good. I need to do a better job of promoting. However, good because it's a new audience. My story starts like this. I grew up in Wynne, Arkansas. Who's from Arkansas? Anybody from Arkansas? Nope, nobody. Couple Missouri, no Arkansas. Who's from Arizona? A little bit of Arizona, okay. I bet there's a lot of Texas, if I had to guess. We'll see. And I grew up in a 700 square foot house when my father just started in the insurance industry. He was working for Reliable Life. He was running a debit route, which some of you, who knows what a debit route is, where you're going out, you're literally selling door to door with no leads, and you're collecting the premiums every single month. Who wants to go back to that? Yeah, me neither, which I didn't have to, thankfully. But what's interesting about that is my dad got out and started selling cold door knocking and collecting premiums, and he sold 465 life insurance policies his first year. His motto when I was growing up was, Cody, never let anyone out hustle you. I'm playing sports, playing basketball, playing baseball, playing football. Cody, never let anyone out hustle you. Again, at 10, watching my grandfather as a Baptist pastor all my life growing up. He was a Baptist pastor for 40-something years. There was a point at 10 years old where I'm like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. I don't know what I want to do, but I know I want it to include some of that. I just knew at an early age. Some of you knew at an early age the stuff that you were going to accomplish. If you ever studied the most successful people on the planet, they knew at an early age they were going to do something big, didn't they? A lot of them did, and they proclaimed it, and they wrote it down. Steve Harvey as an example. I was listening to some Steve Harvey this morning. Who likes a little Steve Harvey? Steve Harvey, and you guys can, you can dance, you can scream, you can yell, you can raise your hand, whatever you want to do, okay? It's all welcome here. It's a bunch of insurance agents, man. Like if we can get excited here, we'll never get excited in the field. Is that true or is that true? What was I even talking about? Steve Harvey, thank you. See, I'm going to need this a couple times today. Steve Harvey, at 10 years old, he went up in front of his class. And he told his teacher, he said, she was having all the students come up and share. What are you going to do when you grow up? And each person would come up, man, I want to be a firefighter. I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a president. I want to be a police officer. I want to be a teacher, whatever. Steve Harvey comes up, head down, no confidence, and he didn't know if he wanted to say it. You ever been in that moment you were like, I don't know if I want to say what I'm thinking. He says, I want to be on TV. But he stuttered and said it probably wrong. And the teacher said, dude, you can't even, Steve, you can't even say the sentence correctly. How do you think you're going to be on TV when you grow up? Dude, I don't see too many people more on TV than Steve Harvey. What's funny about that story is he actually mails a TV, a big old flat screen TV, to that teacher every year at Christmas. He knew it early though. He knew it early and he stuck with it. At 16, I was supposed to go to work at a little Apple Market grocery store in Rogersville, Missouri. A couple miles down the road. I'm supposed to work from 4 to 10 o'clock part-time, getting groceries out of the parking lot and checking people out and mopping the floors at 10 o'clock at night. And it's about 3:30 in the afternoon on Saturday, and I do not feel well. I actually start throwing up, and I don't want to go to work. We've all been there, right? Where you're like, dude, there's days, I'm not saying this will fly nowadays, but this is the world I lived in growing up. I go to my dad, I'm like, hey dad, I'm throwing up, I don't feel well, I'm not gonna go to work today. Like I don't got it today, man. Some of us, we wake up and we're like, some days I don't got it. It was one of those days for me. I went to him and said, hey, I'm not going to work, man. I'm throwing up. Like, I don't feel well. Like, I can show you the puke if you want, whatever. And he said, you do whatever you want to do, but you know what I would do. That's the example of a leader that I grew up with. So guess what? I went to work. Probably puked in the bathroom the whole night, but I showed up and I worked. I'm not saying that's acceptable in 2022, but what I'm saying is, step one of success is showing up, is it not? If we don't show up, nothing good will happen, right? I remember on a Saturday, in my first year, driving a couple hours on a Saturday morning. I didn't want to go to this specific house on a Saturday morning. I had to leave at like 6:30, and we had another agent with me. And I didn't really want to go because it was Saturday. Like, you're supposed to sleep in. You're not supposed to work. You're supposed to relax. You know what I mean? That's what society tells us, right? And so I'm like, you know what? It's a couple hours away. I'm going to do the brilliant thing. I'm going to call ahead. So I call ahead. She doesn't answer. Well, Dallas, she's definitely not going to be there. Like, this is a waste of time. It's Saturday. Let's go back. Let's go play golf with Tom Hegnan. Let's do something better than this, man. He said, dude, we don't have anything going on. Why don't we just show up anyway? I'm embarrassed to say that it had to be him and not me. We showed up a few hours later. Guess who's not there? Mary's nowhere to be found. We've all had a few of those days, right? This gentleman in the front's like, yep, I feel you. We get there 15 minutes early, we wait. She gets there about 15 minutes late. And she pulls in and she had totally forgot. What's interesting about that is, in my first year, that was one of the bigger sales that I ever had, and we spent 3 hours there and walked out with about $750 a month worth of life insurance. But I almost didn't go. That's the message today, as I share some of these things about how anyone can go to another level. I don't care what level you're at. Some of you at a way bigger level than me, by the way. But I'm coming. I can tell you this, whether you feel like you've arrived, you're complacent, you're at like a static state, we all have another level, don't we? I remember at 19 years old, I'm an intern at a local insurance office, and I'm making cold calls out of a phone book as an intern for a veteran agent. No clue what I'm doing, making like $6 an hour to make cold calls out of a phone book, and then later I find out you're not supposed to do that. I'm like, well, that's fantastic. Sorry, NAFA, nobody report that, okay? It's a long time ago. And then at 20, I go to a recruiting meeting, and there's 10 of us in the room. And the manager says, all right, 10 of you stand up. We stood up. He said, take a look around. I'm like, okay, dude, I can take him, but I don't know about her. I got him. It's like sizing each other up, right? He says, now 9 of you sit down. He left one person standing. He did not leave me standing. What he said that came out of his mouth next still motivates me today. He said, maybe one of you will make it. What I didn't realize is that 92% of insurance agents fail in the first 3 years. 92%. Some of you have been in it for a couple more than a few days or a few years. You made it. But in that moment, I'm extremely competitive. I said, not only am I going to be if there's a one, I'm definitely going to be part of the one for sure. Hopefully there's more, but if there's one, I'm going to be the one. Some of us are going to relate to that. If there's going to be a one, I'm going to be the one. And I actually set out and set a target. I said, I will earn $100,000 at 20 years old while I'm in college at Baptist Bible College playing basketball. Taking 21 credit hours this semester. I was 20 years old, playing basketball, full-time student athlete, practices, games, tournaments, weekends, all that. And I said, I will earn $100,000 at 20 years old. I dated it, I signed it, my dad signed it, hung it up on the wall in my cubicle, and then every day I went out to make that a reality. Dude, if you don't have targets in your life, you will get bored, you'll get complacent, you'll be like, bro, I've got nothing to chase, I got nothing to excite me to wake up in the morning, I'm just going back to the local insurance office to do my thing. I've always had a target every step of the way. And then December 20, after selling for years, December 29th, 2015, I started putting out videos on YouTube. We have almost 80,000 subscribers now on our YouTube channel. We have over 2,000 training videos for insurance agents. We have one of the biggest, if not the biggest, insurance agent-specific YouTube channel on the planet. Testament to having a phenomenal team. My videographer, Dylan, right to my left. Give Dylan a hand. And I didn't know what I was doing. First couple of years, I didn't have a plan. I was just putting out content. I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm just going to I'm going to share what I know. I don't know a lot, but whatever I know, I'm just going to share and see what happens. And over time, that grew and that caught on. Agents from, not in Missouri yet, but other places started reaching out saying, hey, can you help me? Hey, can you do this? Hey, where do you do this? How do you do this? And then it just grew over time. We grew into 2018 where I decided to put on a conference for the insurance industry called 8%. Who's ever heard of the conference 8% Nation at some point? Okay. Well, those that said you didn't know me, but you know about that, well, I'm the host of that. So there you go. 8% comes from the fact that 92% of insurance agents fail. We just did our 5th 8% Nation in Dallas. Over 2,000 attendees with some of the biggest speakers in the world. Tim Tebow, Ed Milet, Jesse Itzler, like some huge names. And a bunch of industry names as well. That conference is all about collaborating and bringing the industry together. It's kind of interesting. The insurance industry is kind of like, can we agree it's kind of territorial every once in a while? Can we agree on that? Like it's kind of like you got one gang on this side, one gang on this side. If ever two should meet, it's in trouble, man. Like it's like gang war, cartel style, like it's crazy. What's interesting is I believe in collaboration. I believe in networking. I believe in working with everybody, no matter who they work with or what they do. That's what 8% is all about. Like NAFA, a network of people that want to improve, they want to mastermind, and they want to get better along the way. That's grown to where now we have, again, 8 companies. We'll do over $30 million annual revenue amongst the 8 companies. I've got a bunch of business partners. We've got 4 buildings in Springfield, Missouri, over 100 staff, and the vision has grown. But it's nowhere near where we want to get it to. Our vision is to help every insurance agent in the world. And there's a bunch of you today that be like, you know what, dude, I don't know if I need any help. And you may not. But maybe you still do. Because I believe we all do. I got one question for you today that I'm gonna talk through and I'm gonna focus on. Is there another level for you? I want you to think about that. Is there another level for you? Because I've heard there's a bunch of people in NAFA that don't think there's another level for them. Guess what? There's always another level for everyone. And the moment we stop thinking that, I think it was Albert Einstein, right? He says, once you stop growing, you start dying. Dude, I'm not ready to die. I'm just not. Somebody like, dude, he's talking about death. That's what we talk about every day. Is it not? I remember along the way selling for years, then I got an opportunity. A manager came to me and he said, hey, there's a couple agents named Greg and Hunter. They're like 4 hours north of you in Macon, Missouri. I want you to go spend a day with them and help them. I'm like, I don't know what help I'm going to give. I just cold call people and cold door knock with no leads and sell life insurance. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest, but okay. But that's kind of the insurance industry. You start selling a little bit and they're like, all right, you're promoted. You're in charge. Help everyone. It's like, dude, I can barely help myself. So I go up to help Greg and Hunter in Macon, Missouri, and we spend a whole day together. We write, I can't remember if it was 5 or 6 life insurance policies from cold door knocking in one day. Just cold canvas door knocking. First door, they answer, we get in, we make a sale. They're like high-fiving me. They're like, dude, how in the world did you do that? I'm like, well, I don't know. I just built rapport and found a problem and solved it. Like, it was really, really difficult. But what was cool is their eyes started getting bigger throughout the day. Their vision for their own business started getting bigger throughout the day. They started to think, maybe I can do more in this space. Because they were really close to quitting, tapping out, becoming a part of the 92%. I left the policies with the applications with them. I didn't take any commission cuts at all, and I drove home. And on the way home, once again, I just start bawling. I'm like, what is wrong with me? I said, if I get a chance to do that for the rest of my life, that's what I want to do. Like, I found more joy out of helping somebody else sell insurance than me sell insurance. And a bunch of you can relate to that, can't you? Like, you find more joy and excitement in helping someone else make money than you personally making money. Because guess what? Helping other people make money, hello, you'll start to make some money. True or true? So question, is there another level for you? We're going to find out as we go through 8 ways to go to another level. Number 1, bless others. Bless others. My parents went to a family reunion in Little Rock, Arkansas. I think is where it was. No, but I did hear Arkansas. You were, dude. Would you just arrive or what, man? Welcome. Actually, I'm from Arkansas. I love it. I don't go back that much, but hey, that's where I was from. And they're at this family reunion, and I don't know, it's like a step cousin or who knows, right? I don't know. She comes up to my dad, and she's like, "Do you realize that there's a high school in Independence, Mississippi that's playing Cody's videos in the gym to all their kids?" He's like, "Wait, what are you talking about, man? I don't understand." And they explained, and then they called me after the reunion. They said, "You'll never," and I almost went to the reunion. I wish I would have now. I didn't show up. And he said, "They're playing your videos to these kids because they're about motivation. They're about positivity. They're about getting back up. You don't curse. They tend to like that. And they're playing these about success and about anybody can be whoever they want. Anybody can get to whatever level they want." And I just started bawling again. I told you earlier I'm not an emotional person. Some of you are like, "Dude, I don't believe you." And I'm like, I didn't think it was true because I didn't think our videos could help a bunch of kids. But one of my dreams that I write down is that one day I will help a bunch of kids. Because I had an amazing childhood, a great life, but not everybody is blessed. Talk about blessed. Not everybody's blessed with that exact type of childhood in life, are they? But dude, I want to give back and help those because I truly believe anybody can do whatever they want. I was at a men's conference in Springfield, Missouri called Bold, and two pastors got up and they said, and one of them said, and I still remember to this day, I think about it all the time. He said, "Maybe you're just fitting in when you were truly called to stand out." I want to stand out. Some of you got another level and you want to stand out. Well, we got to bless others along the way because what happens is once you start doing that, it starts reassuring what you're doing is working. You start helping some agents make some money in your local market, nationally, whatever, then what happens? Dude, it starts to make you think, man, dude, it starts to like challenge you and wake you up and say, I got another level. I can do more and I need to focus on helping others. Steve Harvey always says, man, make room for others. For he says, make room for your gift and that God will make room for your gift. I'm going to add to that and say, make room for others' gifts, not just yours. Dylan with the camera has won film festivals in Missouri. He just produced a reality TV show for the insurance industry that I'll talk about a little bit later that we produced. This is making room for his gift, not just mine. Like selfish Cody along the way was like, dude, it's all about me. Everybody look at me like shine bright like a diamond, like it's all about me. Dude, it's not. That's what everybody leaves. They have to start over. And I was a terrible leader along the way. And you got to learn, you got to grow. And I'm still growing. But I want to bless and help others. Who else wants to bless and help others along the way? Dude, I want to bless and help others. I know you do too. Maybe it's time to bless and help others and stop being so selfish. Some of you may disagree with this, but the office that writes more premium than the office down the street, which one is actually helping more people and blessing others more? The one writing more premium and helping more families. Well, what does that mean? Does that mean the other person's selfish? Dude, I don't know. You call it whatever you want. Question, is there another level for you? Is there another level for you? I'm going to wake you up today and make you think, is there another level for you? There's always another level. I got a bunch of levels. I want to unlock them. I want to see them. I want to experience them. I speak all the time, and as I'm praying, as I'm thinking, as I'm preparing, I'm thinking, what would my grandfather, who never got a chance to see me speak, by the way, what would he think today, getting to see me travel around and speak 5 times in the next 30 days? All in the insurance industry. What would he say? What would he think? I would love some feedback and some tips from him. But he's not with us today. Number 2, invest more. And it don't always have to be money. But some of you need to invest more money into your business. It can also be time. 2018, my wife and I invested $450,000 into the first 8% Nation conference. We had it in the club area at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, where the Tennessee Titans play. What's interesting is Paul from Insurance Newsnet's sitting in the audience, and he gave me my first ever stage in September of 2018. Give him a hand for that. And when we invested that money, we had no clue if we'd get it back. And we lost like $250,000 on the first event. Some would say, dude, that's that's a massive failure. That's dumb. I don't know. Was it dumb or was it an investment? I agree. Like Dave Ramsey would not approve that message. I'm just saying, right? He wouldn't. I hope that's okay to say, I don't know. But he wouldn't. That's fair to say. They're like, I'm never having Cody back ever again. Okay, all right. 1 year ago, my COO and 75% of my sales team walked out on me. I need to be checked. My ego need to be checked. I need to evolve as a leader. I didn't invest as much time in my people as I should have. You get great people, take care of them, spoil them, invest money, invest time, invest energy, and do whatever it takes to keep them. Everybody's complaining in 2022 that it's hard to hire people. True? Is that fair? Dude, that's dumb. The more I tell myself something's gonna be hard, the more hard it's gonna be. It is not hard. We live in Springfield, Missouri, and I got one of the best teams on the planet. In Missouri. In Missouri. Yes, in Missouri. It's dumb, but it's working. On day 2, I take new salespeople to lunch to get to know them, to get to know who they are. I'm sharing stuff that will work, by the way. You apply some of this stuff today, it will absolutely scale and grow your business. I want to get to know them and their family, who they're as a person, what their habits are, what they like, what they don't like. I also want to learn how to communicate with different people on my squad. I can't speak to Dylan and Devin the exact same way. I just can't. That's not how life works. Everybody's not like you. You may be super driven, right? Red personality, aggressive, direct, fantastic. Probably nobody else on your squad's like that. So maybe don't talk to them like you want people to talk to you, because it's not going to work. It's interesting. We're trying to get a lot more millennials in the insurance industry, aren't we? Fair? We are? I mean, it's okay to say, by the way, the average age of the insurance industry is 59. Average age of NAIFA is 58. We need some new blood in the space at some point, don't we? Is that fair to say? We do, but we've got to be willing to go out and help those see the opportunity. We get so many people join the insurance industry because of our YouTube channel. Anybody goes and search anything related to insurance on YouTube, they will find us, and it won't take long. But that's just because Dylan's amazing, and we got 2,200 videos, and I used to be terrible on video, and I've gotten a little bit better along the way, which is fantastic. But it's interesting because millennials will invest $46,000 a year in college. They will hate it. They won't even like their professors. They won't show up. They won't go fair, right? They won't go. They're like, I don't like this. This is terrible. They'll sleep in. They'll get wasted. Like, they'll go to a terrible college. Like, if you're going to go to a college, invest much money, at least go to flipping Harvard or go network with some future billionaires or something, right? And I'm not saying college is bad, but what I'm saying is, if someone will invest $46,000 a year in college, at least they can do is invest $46,000 into their business. Is that fair enough? I was working with an agency owner recently because I work with a lot of agency owners that make between $250,000 and $1 million a year. And they're struggling to scale and grow. A lot of them. And there's probably a few of you in that room that fit that criteria. And we were having like a little private sit down in my office. He said, man, I'm struggling to find we were talking about his business and his recruiting, and he wanted to recruit agents and attract people to his team. But he's like, dude, I don't have the money, I don't have the cash. I need more money to invest and to recruit. I need to recruit, I want to recruit, I need more people. I'm struggling, I'm stifled, I've leveled off. But if we're not going forward, we're probably eventually going backwards. He said, I just don't know what to do. I said, let me get personal. Let me ask you, is it okay if I get personal and ask you some questions? Is that cool, right? And I'm not going to do that to you right now, but this is what I did to him, okay? I said, well, where do you live? What do you drive? What do you do? Oh, he lit up. He's like, dude, I just bought this brand new Jeep. I've been thinking about jets. I'll explain later. A Jeep, brand new Jeep. Now I'm getting you thinking bigger. Jets, maybe over Jeeps, right? Jets over Jeeps all day. He's like, I just bought a brand new Jeep. And I love it. It's incredible. It's fantastic. I'm like, dude, good for you, man. High five. Fantastic. Way to go. How much was it? $45,000. Great. Okay, cool. Dude, you deserve a nice new Jeep. Who cares? That's cool. Did you put any cash down when you bought the Jeep? Yes. Why do you ask? Well, how much did you put down? $15,000. So you owe 30. Oh, yes. Okay, cool. The problem is you can't find money to build your business, but you put $15,000 into a vehicle. That's dumb. Talk about getting to another level. Could that 15 grand help him get to another level? Yes or yes? But he put it into a Jeep. Dude, as soon as we could, when the real estate prices went crazy, we refinanced our home again. Why wouldn't I take the capital out and infuse it into my company? I'm not saying this is like how you're taught as a kid or by your teachers, your professors, right? Or like the local people in your community, but it's what I believe in because it works for me. Because I believe in me. I believe in what I can do with the capital and the cash and where this thing is going. So I got a question for you. What do you think the question is? Is there another level for you? Is there another level for you? Let me hear you, NAFA. Is there another level for you? Now you're awake. The dude in the back's really awake. Dude, I love him, man. Give him a hand. Come on now. Dude, if you cannot get excited here, you will not get excited to go see Betty in a trailer. That's just the truth. But you're like, dude, I'm a financial advisor, I'm a prestigious agent, I don't do that. Dude, you do whatever you want, okay? But I'm just saying, you should get way more excited here with fellow colleagues who want to win, who want to network, who want to mastermind, who want to get to another level. Number 3, never stop learning. Never stop learning. In 2019, I had an opportunity to go to a mastermind with a couple billionaires. And it was $50,000. I'm like, oh crap. And $50,000 in 2019 was a lot more to me than it is today. Either way, it's a lot of money, right? I'm not saying it's not. But it was a lot. But I thought about it. I said, man, will I learn something that I can use to make more than 50 grand? I'm 32, over the course of the rest of my life? And the answer was yes. So I invested and I went to the mastermind. And it solved certain problems in my business because I committed to never stop learning. In 2021, we created a Power Players Mastermind for insurance agency owners. Again, Power Player Mastermind. We limit it to 100 members. We do monthly Zooms. It's all about like agency building and recruiting and staffing and operations. And I bring big time speakers in to educate and help. We also take 2 trips a year. This past year, we went to Naples, Florida for our domestic event. We had Michael Jordan's trainer as one of the speakers. We had a huge mega yacht and all this stuff, right? And then the international trip, because again, we take 2 trips a year, was in Puerto Rico. And we had a couple big time speakers and we chartered 4 helicopters to dinner together. I see some smiles now. We start talking about chartering helicopters to dinner. Some of you are like, dude, you lit up. Okay, you lit up, and you should. Why are we doing that? Because we want to expand the vision of those agency owners that are in that mastermind, those executives, those managers, those agency owners, those agents, those advisors. We want to help them get to another level, and we can do that by learning from one another, can't we? Dude, that's what NAFA, that's what I love about NAFA. NAFA's a network. Like everybody describes NAFA differently. Dude, NAFA is a network. There's some, like I heard about some of the money you guys are making in the room last night at the little sponsor social or whatever we were at, man, I was like, dang, that's the room to be in. And when you're making a lot, people just tend to tell you, right? Never stop learning. What are you reading? What are you putting in your brain? Are you waking up and letting other people piss in your Cheerios? What are you thinking about? Are you waking up? Most people do this. Tell me if I'm wrong. Most people wake up, okay, we wake up. What's the next thing? We grab our phone, fair? We grab our phone and we start scrolling on social media. Devin's got my phone back out on my phone, but I don't need it, okay? Start scrolling on social media, right? Yes? Good. The no is good. Okay, that's good. I recently turned off all the notifications on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, everything else, because I couldn't ever be present and focused. And I'm not saying you should turn my social media notifications off, but that's okay. There you go, schedule them. There you go, that's great. I love that. But I got to where I was waking up and reading, like, oh, this person died, there's a tornado here, you know, this person's complaining about this person loves you, oh, this person hates you, right? My pastor told me if anybody ever makes you a god, they'll make you a devil. They just will. And I was waking up, and I was putting all this garbage and trash and negativity into my brain to start my day. And then I wondered why I was whiny and complaining and making excuses and being negative, because this is what I was putting in. It was coming out. What you put in here will come out here. We talk about never stop learning. Maybe there's a few things along the way that we can stop putting in here that will help us be more productive here. Fair enough? Albert Einstein once said, I said it earlier, but I want to read a little bit more. When you stop learning, you start what? Has some of us stopped learning? Because you'll start dying. The brain is like a muscle. The more it is used, the stronger it gets. And people better use it to learn new skills, to adapt themselves to what's coming their way. I got a question for you. What's the question? You picking up what I'm putting down? You guys getting used to this? What's the question again? Help me out. You guys speak for a second while I drink some water, okay? Thank you, some of you. Is there another level for you? Number 4 is grab attention. I want you to think reach. I want you to think omnipresence. It's interesting in marketing and promotion and advertising. Once you think, like say you're doing a local seminar or an event or something in your community, or like a community event or something specifically in your city, and you think that you've promoted it really hard. You've done everything you possibly can. Everyone knows about it. You've done a bazillion texts and calls and emails. And you promoted it really hard. Everybody knows, right? Dude, I've probably spent $10 million plus for a bunch of you to know me and a bunch of you don't. When you're promoting something, the barometer is when you do it and you think you've tapped it out, like you've done it all you can, you've tapped it out, you can't do any more, do 50% more. Also, get people talking. It's kind of interesting. The average human sees 800,000 advertisements a day. 800,000 ads a day. Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, billboards, radio, TV, for whoever still does some of that, right? TV is still super effective. Whatever it is. They walk in, there's some freaking flyers on the ground. Whatever it is, 800,000 ads a day. You've got to be able to bust through the noise. Is your marketing, your advertising, your promotion busting through the noise, or is it not? Or is it just like everybody else? Well, everybody else put this this cute lion on the boring picture, and they did a bunch of text, and it worked for them, Well, dude, maybe we got to be different. Why? Because we got to bust through the noise. We have 60,000 agents on our email list. Who's on our email list? Some of you. Okay, cool. Do we send out emails? How many do you get a day? If you're on our email list, how many do you get a day? More than Darren Hardy. Okay, perfect. 3, 4, 5 maybe, is that fair? A day? Some of you are like, what the? Now some of you won't get on the list. Well, what's interesting is, you probably will at some point. Okay, let's be honest. But what's fun about that is, I go to rooms. We had 2,000 people in Dallas at 8%, and we had the conference. And I said, all right, if you've ever unsubscribed, because they're all on our list, they're at our event. I said, if you've ever unsubscribed from our email list, stand up. And we had a bunch of people stand up. I said, okay. I said, if you unsubscribed ever, but you ended up back on the list, sit down. Guess what? They all sat down. Stop worrying about people unsubscribing. They're going to unsubscribe. They're not going to work with you anyway. You got to bust through the noise. 800,000 ads a day. I get so many flipping emails. If I send you one, you'll never even know. It's like throwing a pebble in the ocean, man. It doesn't work. This year, back in April, we rolled out a Ultimate Agent reality show. Who's heard of the Ultimate Agent? Okay, help me out. Some of you, okay? Some. Dude, not enough. Okay, but I hear somebody in the back. Okay, good. Not enough. Here's what the Ultimate Agent is. We had thousands of agents register for this contest called the Ultimate Agent. We chose 5 on a Zoom, on a live selection show. We flew them to Springfield, Missouri. That's not the cool part yet. I get it, okay? We flew them to Springfield, Missouri. We put them on a private jet. We flew them to an undisclosed secret location. While we're at the location, we lived in a mansion with them for a week. We gave them hundreds of leads. We brought in mentors, coaches, and trainers from around the industry to help them. We put a microphone on them all day, a camera right in their face, and a GoPro in their car. And we had challenges every day. We actually got rid of people every single night with eliminations. And at the end of the 5 days, we crowned someone the Ultimate Agent, and they won $121,000 in cash and prizes. And it's actually better produced than a lot of the crap you're watching right now. So you can go to our YouTube channel, Cody Askins, check it out. Who kind of likes that concept, that idea? That's pretty unique, right? How many real estate TV shows are there? Dude, there's so flipping many. Flip this, flop that. Like, there's just so many stuff everywhere. How many of you seen for insurance? 0. Which is why we did it. It's on our YouTube channel at Cody Askins. We're actually submitting it to streaming services to eventually get it on like a Hulu or a Netflix or a YouTube TV or a Paramount Plus or a HBO Max or an Apple TV or whatever. I'm showing that I watch too much TV. Okay, that's what I'm showing. But we're going to get that submitted. Dylan, our other videographer, Keith, and a bunch of our team helped deliver that show, The Ultimate Agent. And what's interesting is it is actually better produced and turned out way better than the bunch of the crap that they're already putting on these streaming services right now anyway. So I'd encourage you to go check that out. That's how you grab attention, because nobody else is doing that in this space. Another question. Is there another level for you? We're talking about another level. I actually ran out to Oh the Larceny. Another level was my song as I'm running out. Did anybody catch that I was playing another level as I ran out? And now I'm talking about another level. It all matters. Number 5, have fun. Insurance does not have to be so flippin' boring. It just doesn't, man. Have some fun. We're actually in the process of rolling out an Ultimate Agent tour. Now, how that one's going to work, speaking of jets earlier, we're going to do 5 events in 5 different cities. We're going to go from Orlando to Atlanta to Charlotte to Chicago to Dallas. We're going to have 500 people per city, over 2,500 over 5 days. We're going to do it all in 1 week. 5 speakers are actually going to pay to join me on the whole trip. I just got a jet bill this morning for a Global Express, massive 19-seater jet, and it was $186,000 for a week. And we're going to go around and we're going to actually choose the Ultimate Agents for the next season 2 of the reality show at each city. I've never talked about that because we haven't released it yet. But that's okay. When I have an idea, I share it, because that kind of puts some pressure on me to deliver, doesn't it? But is that fun? Dude, it's fun and nobody's doing it, man. Everybody's doing the same stuff. People are like, why don't you just get a charter, like a bus? Dude, that sounds terrible. Seriously, from Chicago to Dallas in a big old tour bus with like 20 people. Fan-freaking-tastic. Have some fun. Who wants to have a little more fun? You're here because you want to have some fun. You're here because you want it to level up your business. You're here because you think you got another level. Or at least you got some other levels to share with other people that want to go to another level. Our team loves working with us, but man, they didn't always. I remember back in 2017, 2018, we had some unhappy clients. I got upset and I kicked the whole company out of the office. Because that's the right thing to do as a leader. Stupid. What's funny is I kick everybody out, then the phone rings. Ring, ring, ring. I'm like, who's going to answer that? Well, crap, I just kicked everyone out of the office. I guess it's me. Dude, that's a terrible leader. We call my wife the CHO, the Chief Happy Officer, because she's always doing special, fun, happy stuff for our team. And you need to be doing that, man. You got to enthuse them with some energy. Young people, like you used to want to hire a bunch of millennials, they enjoy constant change, new exciting stuff, and experiences. And if it's always the same boring, flipping thing every single day, they're going to check out. Question, is there another level for you? Is there another level? What's the level look like? How big can the level be? Is there another level for you? Number 6, keep expanding your vision. Keep expanding your vision. Again, we had 2,000 in Dallas. We actually had a center circle stage with scoreboard style screens up above. Everybody could look and see each other. It was kind of crazy. We had a runway where you actually walked out at the conference on a runway from the green room with pyro and smoke going nuts. Like they were walking out to Bon Jovi or something. Dude, why not? Right? Why not? Keep expanding the vision. Find your creative outlet. So for me, my wife and I just bought a lake house. I thought about the Ultimate Agent Tour, the 5-city tour on the huge private jet with a bunch of speakers and 2,500 agents over 5 cities in 1 week. I thought of that literally, kind of funny, and already have 3 speakers committed to that. And it's in early October in a month and a half, and I just thought of it on Saturday. But a lot of people are like, well, hang on, let's think about the details and let's look at the budget and let's, you know what I mean? Let's do this. Let's make sure our ducks are in a row and we cross our T's and cross our I's, dot them, whatever we do. No, if it's a good idea, just do it. Right? That'll help expanding the vision to you, to people around you, and to your team. Is your vision growing, and are you sharing your vision? Do everyone around you know what your vision is? Because if they don't, you either don't have one, or you just choose not to share it. What's your vision? What do you want to happen? Where are you going? Who are you taking with you? Can I come? Unless it's really small, don't bring me. I'll get bored. I just will. I'll get bored. Can anybody tell? I'm like, I got to entertain myself up here. I get bored. Is there another level for you? Is there another level for you? I love that we got 4 water bottles up here too, man. I was really about to get hydrated. We'll save them for some other speakers too. Is there another level for you? Is there? What do you want? Where are you going? What will you do to get there? Will you do whatever it takes? Who will you bring? How much money will you spend? How serious are you? How passionate are you at making it a reality? Is there another level for you? Number 7, share ideas as you are building them. I'm sharing ideas today as I'm building them, aren't I? I think of an idea, and the first thing I do is I put it out on social media to get some feedback. This also starts a fire in me to start thinking through, if it was possible, how would it be possible? I believe in committing first and figuring the rest out later. Like, we're doing it. I don't know how, but it's happening. Commit first, figure the rest out later. Here's one thing I say a lot. I may write a book about it. I don't know. Details delay. Now, for personalities that you're like that type of personality that wants to know everything before you do anything, you're going to hate this. My bad. Okay, it's all right. We'll be friends later. Details delay. When I'm going to do something big, who cares what the steps are? Who cares how much it costs? If it's the right thing to do, we do it. Are you sharing ideas as you build them? One of the things that we do at my office is called a whiteboard method. You'll love this. Do this with your team. I'll explain it. You have to do this with your office. It's called the whiteboard method. Whatever the question is. So the question for us was, we had 1,000 people in 2021. How do we go to 2,000 in 2022 with our conference? That was one of the questions. So then we start actually, I get the team together. Like, you need to include people in the vision, right? You need to include people in where you're going. They need to be a part of the process. I said, hey, how do we do this? No answers are bad. Nothing's off limits. Say whatever you want and we'll put it on the board and then we'll go circle several that we really like. So we said, well, we could spend more on speakers. Well, no crap, but okay. We could have more group tickets and team tickets. We could have more salespeople. We could spend a lot more on marketing and ads. We could have more production. Like we could do a road show. We did a 10-city road show around the country. And we circled 5. And we did those, and we doubled. But I didn't come up with all of them. The team did. Like if all decisions stop at you, and they never trickle down, you never delegate, or you don't delegate because you just don't trust the person you're delegating to, you need to just fire them and move on, to be honest. But if it always stops with you, and you've got to know everything and do everything, and make all the decisions, then you'll never grow. You are stifling your own growth if that's what happens. I got a question. I'm only asking a few more times because I don't have that much time left. Is there another level for you? Did I believe there's another level? I believe no matter where you're at in your business right now, there's another level, and it's time to go get it. Number 8, and my final point, attract talent. John Maxwell writes a book, Developing the Leaders Around You. Chapter 1, page 4 of Developing Leaders Around You with John Maxwell. He says in that book, he says that he took over Skyline Wesleyan Church in San Diego, California in 1981. But from 1969 to 1981, that church averaged 1,000 members per week. And he got the team together. He called a staff meeting. He said, okay, we're all going to talk. We're going to get together. He get everybody together. And he said, I don't know if you're the team to get us from 1,000 to 2,000, but we're going to 2,000. He's like, hello, this is where we're going. This is the vision. And I don't know if you're going to make the trip. I hope you are. But this is the vision. From 1981 to 1995, he grew from 1,000 members a week to 4,000. And the team had to change. And he had that staff meeting 4 different times over the course of a decade. And he shared, we're at 2,000, we're going to 3. I don't know if you're the people to get us there, but we'll find out. The vision. He shared it. Then he had it again. Hey, we're at 3,000, we're going to 4. I don't know if you're the people to get us to 4, but that's where we're going. But they knew where they were going. Everybody knew. He says in that book, then organization's growth potential. Listen to this. Write this down. This is extremely, out of everything I've said, this may be the most important thing. Even if it's not, it makes you think it is. An organization's growth potential is directly related to its personnel potential. If we ever level off, I'm either holding us back or somebody else is. Which means I've got to get out of the way and get better, or I've got to get better people. But we're going there. So we've got amazing people. Again, Devin is on our sales team in the back. Unbelievable dude. He did sales for Red Bull. Dylan's won film festivals. Alex, our social media manager, worked for Bass Pro Shops and Johnny Morris. Dude, sorry Johnny Morris and Bass Pro, but Alex is on Cody Askins and 8% Nation now. And guess where she loves working more? What do you think? I mean, flipping corporate America where she's got to ask 42,000 people before she can say anything on Facebook or post a picture? Like she has to get everything approved for days before she posts anything. Dude, that's dumb. Get it out there. It's a pebble in the ocean. Just throw a bunch of pebbles. If it's misspelled, maybe it'll get better engagement because people will be like, hey, dude, you can't spell. Maybe it'll work better. Done is better than perfect, is it not? Stop controlling everything. Just first day she comes in, we're shooting a virtual conference for 1,700 people. She comes in, we're setting up, we're prepping. It's the day before the virtual conference. Day 1 for Alex. She comes up to me, she said, I think I'm just gonna like, well, she said, what do you mean to do? I said, post. She said, well, what do you like? I think I'm gonna just like get to know the lay of the land and like see what everybody's doing, and then I'll make sure I get some stuff approved with you. I'm like, don't approve nothing with me. Just post as much as you flipping can. I don't care. If it's wrong, we'll correct it along the way. She's like, huh? Are you sure? That's not how Bass Pro worked. But dude, I'm not Bass Pro. Not yet, hopefully, maybe one day. But we got a lot to do to get there, do we not? Just get it out there. Have an idea, share it. Again, if you aren't delegating, it's because you don't trust the person you're delegating to and you're not attracting the right talent. We actually help people attract talent. We have 3 different recruiting programs. One is that people can actually speak on stages and events and do webinars and hit our email lists and all that to be a part of our company to attract agents to them. We had one guy the other day that he's going to spend probably 80 grand with us this year. And he said he went to his company, his upline or whatever, part of the big organization. And they said, okay, you're spending like this amount of money on ZipRecruiter, and we're doing recruiting for you, and you're doing this, and you're doing that. They said, what's the best recruiting thing that you are currently doing? Because you've doubled this year, you're exploding. What's working? He said, do you really want to know the truth? They said, yeah. He said, Cody Askins. He just added a team yesterday of 58 people to his agency because they knew who he was. And we collaborated and did a bunch of stuff together. That's the future of this industry. It's doing more together, getting attention, collaborating, and helping other people. Because what's interesting is we actually also just created an agent placement program because we get hundreds of agents a week, at least, maybe more. Because we have hundreds of thousands of agents that consume our content all over the world. I spoke to 4,000 agents in the Philippines a couple years ago. And a lot of those agents, when they're reaching out, they're like, hey, I'm unhappy. Dude, I don't like where I'm at. I don't get any training. Maybe they do, maybe they don't, right? I mean, some of them need to blame themselves and accept responsibility. However, some of them are like, dude, I'm tired of working with my friends and family, and I don't like this. I'm unhappy, I'm lonely, I don't get support. Like, I need some help. I need some leads. I need something, right? So we have an agent placement program now where we actually put the agents through a 5-step process. Application, small application fee to make sure they're serious, 15 to 20 point survey. We have them watch a training webinar, and we have them do a DISC assessment so we can figure out what type of personality they are. And then we have companies that pay us to be a part of the placement program as a trusted partner agency that we can connect the agents and introduce the agents to throughout the year. That's something we should have had sooner because there's so many agents reaching out saying, hey, I've got a problem. Like Vanilla Ice, I got a problem, yo, can you solve it? And we weren't solving it, but we should have been. So guess what? We're solving it now. I felt bad. They'd be like, hey dude, who should I work with? Do you have your own agency? What do you think about your dad's agency? What about this one? Well, your dad's agency does Medicare, I do PNC. What do you think about this? They're like, who should I go for? I hate where I'm at, or I'm new and I'm lost. Do you know how many agents are? I bet there's 500,000 agents in the US that are lost and unhappy. And guess what? They either end up out of the industry or they just end up with somebody else that actually helps them. Is that true? There's so much of that. And then we're going to be creating I'm actually putting into existence, share ideas as they're happening. We're going to be rolling out an insurance job board that we don't currently have built yet. But we're going to share it, and we're going to do it because of the amount of agents and companies that are looking to grow. Number one way for a company to grow is through people. It's staffing, it's recruiting, it's people. Here's a quote that I share that I love. I kind of changed it and made it my own. Great leaders attract great people. Doing big things attracts big people. Doing little things attracts little people. And little people usually cause problems. An effective vision attracts winners. Is there another level for you? I'm going to share a quick story and then I'm going to wrap up. It's a story about Tony Robbins. Who knows who Tony Robbins is? Let me hear you a little bit, okay? Dude's 62. He's been doing events for 37 years. When he started doing events, he was 25. At 25, he did an event that went till midnight. His events, like this NAFA event, guys, I don't think we're going till midnight, but dude, a lot of his events always go till midnight. I mean, if I don't shut up soon, maybe we will, I don't know. But a lot of his events go till midnight. 37 years ago, he did an event at 25 years old for 125 people in Boston. And at that event, he was so amped up after the event that he's like, I'm gonna go for a walk. I've never been to downtown Boston. I have no clue what it looks like. I've just been told, right? Who's ever been to Boston, lives there, and knows what I'm talking about? So I guess we even got people from it. I guess that there's old cobblestone roads, there's huge old buildings in downtown Boston. He does the event till midnight. He's not tired, he's like amped up, so he goes for a walk in downtown Boston. And he's walking along. And this gentleman walks towards him. And he's got his head down, long trench coat on, and he's kind of stumbling. I'm a terrible drunk, okay? He's stumbling as he's walking towards Tony Robbins. And as he gets closer, Tony can start to smell the alcohol on the dude. And the guy stops Tony. Again, Tony's a big guy, but it's 12:30, 1 o'clock, downtown Boston. What would you do? I don't know. Also, too, the gentleman looks at him and stops Tony and says, Sir, can you spare a quarter? Do you have a quarter? I would really like a quarter. Now, I don't know what you do, because there's always that moral dilemma. Should I give? Should I not give? True, right? Should I give? Should I not give? Well, what are they going to do with the money? Are they going to do it on alcohol or drugs? Or what are they going to do? I don't know. Tony says it's up to him to give. It's up to them to do whatever they want. He just gives. He does the right thing, and then they will take care of the rest. God will take care of the rest. He just gives. So he looks at the guy and says, are you sure that you only want a quarter? Yeah, I just need a quarter. Can you just spare a quarter? I would just love a quarter, just one quarter. He says, okay. Pulls his wallet out. Opens up his wallet. He's got hundreds of dollars in his wallet. And he starts looking around and digging through his wallet, digging through the hundreds of dollars in the wallet, looking for a quarter. And he stops again as he's looking, says, sir, are you sure that you only want a quarter? Hello? Yeah, I just need a quarter. I just want a quarter. Can you just spare a quarter? Just one quarter. He says, all right. Pulls the quarter out, closes the wallet, puts it back in his pocket. Holds the quarter up. And as he's holding the quarter up, the guy's looking. He's looking at the quarter. He's looking at the wallet. He's looking at Tony. He's looking at the quarter. He's looking at the wallet with all the cash, but there's the quarter. Tony's holding the quarter. He says, sir, life will give you whatever you ask of it. Takes the quarter, says, you're weird, and runs off. The moral of the story is, life will give you whatever you ask of it. Life will give me whatever I ask of it. Is there another level for you? Are you playing with quarters? You're like, bro, I got a bunch of money. I'm not playing with quarters. But maybe compared to where you could go, you're playing with quarters. Maybe compared to where you want to be, maybe the amount of people you could give back to, you can do more with more money, can you not? Even if you gave it all away, at least you have more and gave it than didn't have it and didn't give it. There's another level. I don't know what the level is for you, but I know there's another level. I don't know what the level is for me, but I know I want to find the next gear and the next level, Mark. I want the next level. Who wants the next level? I want to achieve the next level. Stand up if you want another level. Stand up if you're ready for lunch and you want another level too. Stand up if you're like, bro, I want the next level. Say 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 level. There's going to be a moment where you have to choose to go all in. And to the stuff that you've been doing that's not going to get you to the place that you want to go. Again, I'm going to share something about me going to this conference with Derek a few weeks ago to this Courageous Church, Bold men's conference. I've never been to a men's conference in my life. I didn't want to go. Full transparency, I did not want to go. And I saw a pastor there by the name of Bo Norman that I did go up to him after and say, you are the best storyteller I've ever heard in my life. And I didn't realize he speaks in Dubai, like the dude speaks everywhere. And I'm talking, the dude told stories that day better than Eric Thomas, Patrick Bet-David, anybody else I've ever seen. Like it shocked me. And it made a profound impact on me. But I share that with you because I went home, I talked about it, and then I showed my wife the YouTube video of the end of his talk where he is sharing the most incredible story I've ever heard. And I shared that story with her, and at the end, I said, because we all, like, who else doubts themselves a little bit, right? Like, there's insecurities in there, right, as John McCallan talks about. Like, there's things going on. You're telling yourself you're not good enough. You don't think you're there yet, and you're not, and you never will be. But the moment we start to believe in ourselves, good starts to happen. Good things start to happen. So I said to my wife, I said, babe, I am not near as good of a speaker and a storyteller as that dude. And she says, you're very good, you're getting better, but you don't go all in like he did. You need honest people, and you need honest people in your life, by the way, okay? You need honest people in your life. Who in your life is honest around you that tells you the truth when you need to hear it most? Or are you missing that piece of your life right now? And I love that she shared that because she's right. I'm not going all in from stage and preparation and storytelling and thinking through the optics of what's going to happen the entire day. A lot of times it's easy to just wake up and just float through the day, yes? Yes? It's just easy to wake up and float through the day, yes? But we get how many lives? And we're just floating through it. We get to be in the industry. I mean, yeah, we can be in the industry a bunch. We can start, then we can quit. Then we can start, then we can quit. Then we can start, then we can. And we've heard all those stories. But wouldn't it be better to just start and then succeed and not have to quit? So I can tell you, if you think I've been all in before, I've been more on fire these last couple weeks, and I'm going more all in than I've ever been. And today's message until lunch is to challenge you to do the exact same thing, by the way. Is that okay with you? Yes. Who's already made decisions? Because I led with this morning. You're going to make decisions today, little decisions. You're making little decisions your entire life. I talked about decisions. Who's already made some decisions these first couple hours, by the way? Do not leave here today without making a decision to do something bigger, to think bigger, to help more people, to impact your world around you. So I'm going to go through something called a top 10 quit list that I'm going to share with you right now. And trust me, you will want to take notes. You want to embody these. You want every single one of these. And when I say quit list, I mean stuff in your life that you should quit, but you should never quit on this industry. Understood? I'm going to go through a top 10 quit list with you right now. I want to walk through specifically things in your life that you have to quit to get to the next level in your life. Who wants to get to the next level in your life? You're like, dude, I want to find a better me. I want to find a better me, not just so I can be better, because when I'm better for others. Yes? When I'm better for others, and then when they're better for others, and then when they're better for others. You kind of notice how it's a trickle-down effect. You have the ability not to give somebody a hand out, but to give them a hand up and to help them in this industry. So I'm going to go through a top 10 quit. Number 1. That's 2. I'm glad you guys can do math better than me. So you don't have to be smart to pull this thing off, by the way, okay? Number 1, trying to please everyone. Quit trying to please everyone. It's impossible. Who's been trying to please everyone in your life and it's holding you back from being a better version of you? Yes? Yes? Is it Atlanta? We still got the energy? We need to go back to the tomahawk chop? Yes? Yes. Yes and yes? Today is the day that we quit trying to please everyone in our life. Now, you should naturally want to have the right heart and want to please others, but you cannot please everyone. We get dozens of extremely negative, hateful comments on our YouTube channel every day. And I believe I'm trying to make the industry a better place. And I know my heart's in the right place. I can't let that hold me back from doing more, from helping more people and impacting more people. So, I'm done trying to please everyone. Say yes if you're done trying to please everyone. It's gone. Number 2, fearing change. Who's going to quit fearing change? You have to change. I say it all the time, for everything to get better, you gotta get better. For everything to improve, you gotta improve. For everything to change, you gotta change. Is change good? Yes, it is. Then why are we so scared of it? If it's so good, if it's so helpful, if it's so impactful, and it's gonna make us better, and we're gonna be better for our families, and our whole life is gonna change, and then one day we're gonna wake up 5 years later and be Jesse Park. Which would be okay, by the way, right? Come on now, right? But we gotta stop fearing change. Who fears change a lot, and that gets in your way of success, by the way? Like, you are afraid to get outside of your comfort zone. You're afraid to jump on stage for me to throw you the mic because you don't know what you're going to do because you haven't done it before. And we're not all Pastor Darnell, by the way, okay? Right? Who's done fearing change? Yes. This is a big one, by the way. This is a big one. This is a big one. We are done fearing change. Yes? Yes. Number 3, living in the past. This haunts so many people. Yes? This haunts so many people. You cannot control the past, but you can control your present and your future. Things that have happened in your past, you have to let go of. So many people, I talk to so many veteran agents that come to me and they're like, man, I've been in this industry 30 years. I make $42,000 a year. I would be doing so much better if it wasn't for this, and this. Now, is that accepting responsibility? Yes or no? No, it's not accepting responsibility. Leave that crap in the past and let's move on and create a bright future. Yes? We're okay with creating a bright future today? We're okay with getting better today? We're okay with impacting our present and our future today? But we can't do that if what? If what? If what? Who's done living in the past today? Who's done living in the past today? Who's done living in the past today? Then I guess we can get rid of it, right? A lot of people do this one. Overthinking. Details delay. We want everything to be perfect before we do anything. Most insurance agents want to know everything before they take any amount of action. It's ridiculous. You will never know everything. It's insane. I put a YouTube video up a while back on how price doesn't matter. Yes, you want to do right by your client, but price is not the number one thing we're selling. Agreed? Also, agents shop for insurance way more than consumers do. But people don't realize that. We think all the consumers doing all the shopping. You're doing the shopping and then telling them about the results. True? And I share that because I put a video up about this and a big-time carrier reached out to me and said, dude, you have a contract with us. We don't agree with your video. Because we think price is extremely important. I said, well, you're taking the context. I said, you're right. Okay, always agree. But I understand, I'm with you, right? But you're taking the context out of the video and you're making it all about price. Wouldn't you agree that relationship is more important than price? Because if they don't have a good relationship, they can have the cheapest price. Someone else is taking that business that is with you currently, correct? True? So I don't know if I have a contract or not, but I don't care because price doesn't matter, right? It doesn't. And I'm done overthinking. I want to take action as fast as I possibly can. The faster I go from idea to execution, the more successful the idea is every time. Quit worrying about all the details. When you know you should do something, how fast are you doing it? There are people in your phone right now that you should be texting, you should be calling, you should be helping them with insurance, you should be helping them get into the business, and you're not because you're thinking, well, what are they going to think? Other people's opinions. What is my family going to think? I had an agent years ago that was like, yeah, if I try to sell my insurance to my brother, he's not going to love me anymore. But dude, what's going to happen when he's gone? And then you got to explain to his wife that you didn't have the guts to help him with insurance. Because that day is coming, whether we like it or not. Who's done overthinking? Who currently, raise both hands if you currently overthink, by the way. Okay, be honest. Be honest. I'm telling you, details delay. Who's done overthinking today? Who's done overthinking today? We're going to find out. Number 5. I don't know about y'all, but I'm having some fun today, man. I'm having some fun. You guys having some fun? You guys having some fun? Also, if you think this is good, just wait till freaking July, okay? Number 5. Quit being afraid to be different. You're just fitting in, and you were called to stand out. You're fitting in, and you weren't just called to, but you are just fitting in, but you were called to stand out, but we're afraid to be different. Is John Wetmore a little different, by the way? Okay, dude, super different, man. Tony Merwin, is that dude pretty different, by the way? All right, right? Greg Gerbickian, that dude's really different. Okay, right? Emily Trevino, one of the most different people I know. But guess what? We have to be different to stand out. You were created the way you are. You were called to stand out. Who cares? Be you. Roger said it I think it was Roger last night, or somebody else said it. In the VIP Mastermind, who said you want to be the burning bush? Running around. Who said that? Was it Gerbickian? Or was it John? John Wetmore said it. Okay, he still won't even take credit, even when he is right. Okay? You want to be the burning bush in the industry. Is what we're doing, by the way, this whole 8% thing, we're bringing a bunch of weird agents from all over the country that are from different companies and are all selling different stuff and different licenses in all different states together. Is that different? Our industry is old. Our industry is also very old-fashioned. Our industry is also very boring. And it's our opportunity to make it sexy again, right? Who's afraid to be different? It's time to stand out. Who's done being afraid to be different? And who's ready to embrace your different, by the way? Like, it's time. You have to embrace your different. You absolutely have to embrace your different. Number 6. Quit beating yourself up for mistakes. You actually want to make mistakes. You don't want to try to make mistakes, but I learn from my mistakes. Yes? Do you learn from your mistakes? Do you want to learn? Some of you, do you want to learn? Yeah. So you want to learn, and you want to get better, and mistakes help you learn, but you don't want to make them. Somebody help me explain that one today. Help me understand that. However, quit beating yourself up. You can't control it. You're still living in the past, or you're making a mistake, and then you're beating yourself, and you're spending 2 days and the whole weekend and a whole week and a whole month and a whole quarter and a whole year thinking about the mistakes that you made that you should have done differently. Who cares? Go get what you want and stop worrying about the mistakes that you're making. I want to make more mistakes than all of you combined. That's kind of weird. That's kind of different. Who's currently beating yourself up over mistakes, by the way? All the time. Oh, I should have said that on that call. Gosh dang it, I'm not making any more calls today because that was terrible. Just make another call. Call them back and say, Betty, I did awful. My bad. It may work. Right, Andre? It may work, man, right? Who's done beating yourself up for mistakes? Okay, who's done beating yourself up for mistakes? You cannot fix them. If you can't fix them, move on. Number 7, sacrificing your happiness for others. Sacrificing your happiness for others. You worry about what everybody else thinks all the time. And you're trying to make everybody else happy, but in turn, you're not really making yourself happy. Do we have more people if we're happy? Do we do a better job if we're happy? Do we have more sales if we're happy? Right? Is it easier for us to make sales when we're happy? People are kind of attracted to happy people, yes? Right? No matter what the media says, I think people are still attracted to happy people, right? Like, I think that's the case. I think that's true. Who's sacrificing your happiness for others, by the way? Like, you are purposely sacrificing your own happiness for everyone else. You can't make everyone else happy until you are happy. You can't. Who's done doing this, by the way? Okay, who's done doing this? Also, which number stood out to you the most so far? Number 4? Good. What was that, by the way? Overthinking. Oh my gosh. Surprised most of you didn't say that, right? Who's done with this one? Forever. Okay, forever. Number 8. Thinking you're not good enough. Ugh, ouch. You may not be yet, but the more you tell yourself that, the less you will be. You're not thinking you're good enough, but you are. Like I'm telling you, you're not that much different, right? The newest agent in the room and Henry Stewart from SLS are not that different, right? Like he's not that much better. He's been in the industry for a long time. He's extremely successful, highly skilled, super serious, super focused. But the question is, are you? You can be as good as anyone else. Andre said something the day we were on the phone together. I freaking loved it. He said, dude, we all put our pants on the exact same way. He's like, if one man can do it, so can I. And guess what? So can you. Who struggles with this one a little bit? Okay, this is we're all family. You can be honest. Okay, who struggles with this one a little bit? Right, this is an 8% family now. Okay, you're thinking you're not good enough, but you are. I'm not saying arrogance. I'm saying you are good enough for this industry. You're good enough to succeed in this industry. You're good enough to succeed at an extremely high level, and you're the only thing holding you back. Your personal confidence, your self-confidence, your self-worth. You're giving it to everybody else. And guess what? You're not thinking you're good enough, okay? Who's done with this one? Who's done with this one today, okay? Who's done with this one? Because you have to be done with it to move to that next level in your life. Number 9, believing you have no purpose. Guess what? You have purpose, you were created for a purpose, and you're supposed to do something big. We're just fitting in, and we were really called to. We're just fitting in, we were really called to. We're just fitting in, but we were really called to. Are you standing out? Yes. Good. And you are, Letitia. That's for dang sure. A lot of you hesitated, by the way. Did you not? We can't all be Wayne Daniel, but we can do our best to stand out, right? Why aren't you standing out? Like if you had an honest evaluation with yourself right now. Why are you not standing out? What's really holding you back? Which of these do you really need to quit? Can we move past this one and we believe we have some purpose, by the way? Like we know that we were meant to do something big. We know that we're going to do something big. We know we can help a lot of people. We know that we're the only thing in our way, and we know that we really want to do something incredible with our life. Yes? 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 By show of hands, yes? Right? Yes? Okay, I know some people struggle with this one. I'm telling you, this is the most untrue of them all. So are we going to quit this one, yes or no? Number 9, are we done with it? Are we done with it? Letitia, are we done with it? Jesse, we done with it? Number 10. Some of you are like, I give up. I ain't quitting that one, Cody. This is hard. Is this one hard or is this one hard? Who hasn't read it yet? You don't even know what's up there yet, okay? Number 10, talking about others. This is one I've always struggled with. I'm going to be honest. But what good comes from it? You're probably right. It probably is the easiest one because you could just tell yourself, I'm not going to do it. That's right. You can't control it. Like some of you, like you know that you have a good heart, You know that you truly care, but there's people in your local market that are trashing you. But they don't know you. Like all the hater comments that we get on YouTube, guess what, okay? And I'm talking about you on YouTube that's ever done that to me, okay? Because we're probably going to post this. You don't know me yet. That's the real problem. They don't know you yet. That's the real problem. It does help the algorithm. That's true, okay? So I guess keep it up. My bad, okay? Flood it! Talking about others is very difficult. Happens a lot in our industry, by the way. Like I've got people in my world that I thought I was extremely close with that are doing this every day to me. But I have done it to them from time to time. So you know what I can control? What I do. What I do. How I do it. Does this leave a tab open in your brain about someone else that really shouldn't be open, that creates focus and attention on something else that you can't control, that doesn't actually help anyone? Yes? It doesn't even help them. Maybe sometimes it does, though. Who's currently talking about others? A little bit, right? Just a little bit. Okay, we can be honest, just a little, right? Most of you don't, clearly, but, I'll raise my hand, okay? Just me and Brian, okay? Number 10, talking about others. Who's going to do your best moving forward to stop doing this? Because I'm telling you, people are hearing you do it and they think you're doing it about them too. Like when you come up to me and you're like, oh, Pete Fournier was funny, but he almost said the F word, but he didn't. And he was really aggressive. He was funny, but I don't like that Pete guy. Like, dude, what is wrong with you? I freaking love the dude. Guess what? We control this, don't we? Number 10, talking about others. Who's done with this one? Okay, who's done with this one? Who's done with this one? We got to be done with these. We got to move on. We got to be better. We've got to quit certain things in our life. I don't mean we quit on our life, but I mean we quit certain things in our life. I mean we literally dump these out of our life and move on and be better. Okay, it's dripping water. Dude, soak them. That's actually lighter fluid. Where's the match? Okay. Kidding. Okay, kidding. Thank you, by the way. It's not my hotel. I want to buy one day, but I'm not going to mess up another one until I own one, right? Okay. Which one stood out to you? Okay, I want to hear a few. Which one stood out the most? Number 4 was overthinking. What else? Fearing, trying to please everyone. That's a big one, right? That's a big one. Okay. Beating yourself up for mistakes. Ooh, good.
Number 8.
Sacrifice your happiness. What was 8? What was it? Thinking you're not good enough. Oh my gosh. I can't imagine you actually ever think that, by the way. Yeah, that's crazy. Be different. Yeah. Yes. You guys are weird. And it's good. And the industry hates it. That's exactly right, by the way. That's exactly right. The industry does hate it. I remember on a Saturday morning, I was supposed to drive about 2 hours with another agent to an appointment. And the appointment was at like 9 a.m. Supposed to leave the office at like 6:30 or 7. We get to the office. We have the appointment. It's a couple hours away. It's a Saturday. I'm not really excited. Have we ever been there, by the way? I'm not really excited. So then I go, and I'm like, I tell the other agent, we should call. That's the smart thing to do. Don't want to waste gas money and time and energy and effort. We should definitely call ahead and say, is it okay? Are you home? Would you like me to come sell you something? Please let me know, okay? Sounds really intelligent. So we call. I'm afraid to admit I did. I made the call. Made it. Guess what happened? No answer. She's not home. She forgot. She don't want to sell her insurance. It's over. We should go back to bed, right? We got a whole Saturday now. This is incredible. This is amazing, right? We've all been there, by the way, haven't we, Phil, right? And the agent says, Cody, we don't have anything going on. Why don't we just go anyway? That agent was Dallas, by the way. I did not want to go. Who else has done that where you're like, I don't want to go. They're not answering the phone. They're never going to buy. They're not going to be home. I'm going to be terrible. It's Saturday. I need sleep. I don't have the gas money to go. They didn't answer. I'm like, man, if I'd have been by myself in that moment, I wouldn't have went. Dallas helped me go. So we go. We drive 2 hours the whole way. I'm like, gosh, this is so dumb. This is ridiculous. This is stupid. I cannot believe we're doing this. She's not going to be there. We all play these like records in our head, right? All the time. You're making calls. They're not going to answer. They're not going to hang up on me. They're going to give me an objection. Or they really didn't do this, even though I know they did. But I believe them, right? We show up. She doesn't answer the door. We knock a bunch. Like, dude, you may want to go to the back door too, right? Doesn't answer. We're knocking. We're like, I'm talking about 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. We're right by the front door. I'm doing the wave at the window as I go to the door, like the whole thing, right? Smile, right? We go back to the car. I'm like, are you kidding me? We just drove over 2 hours for this? I love this industry. It's incredible. We call. No answer. We call again. No answer. We call again. No answer. Now it's 9:15. Guess who drives into the driveway? Miss Mary. Drives into the driveway. Guess what happened? She forgot. So she's never going to let you in now, right? Okay, all right, we'll see. Okay. Finally, she's like, oh, wow, you guys drove all the way from Springfield to be here. I'm sorry I forgot. Let me help you in. She was super nice. We sit at the table. We're there for literally almost 3 hours. It was like the longest appointment of my life. Some of you have been in some appointments where you're like, please get me out of here, right? That was this one for me. I'm like, we drove 2 hours. She forgot. She made us wait. Now she's now Dallas and Mary and me we're all hanging out for 3 hours. This is incredible. Great start to my Saturday. Guess what happened though? After 3 hours, we left with a $505 a month final expense whole life policy. And we almost didn't go. That's happening in our world every single day. We're not almost doing something that we should do. We're not showing up when we know we should. We tell ourselves we're going to go to the gym in the morning and then we don't. Yes? We're going to start the diet on Monday because procrastination is cool. We're going to be better tomorrow because I'm just not in a good mood today. I'll be better at helping people tomorrow. I'll get some yeses. I got all no's today, but I'm sick. I don't feel well. I got a headache. I'm new. I can't be that good at scripts yet. I mean, I'm dialing hundreds of times. Nobody's answering. This industry is not for me, for sure. Nobody books an appointment. I make no sales for 90 days. I'm like, is this for me, right? I'm not a natural like Andre. Like, this is never going to work. He's just special. He's been created much different than me. There's no chance. Like, this is the stuff that we're telling ourselves. And we're giving up on our day. Like, who sets more than one alarm, by the way? Gosh, I'm going to add that to the list next time. We're quitting that. Tony, we're quitting that one. Derek's waving his hand because I heard him, by the way. Came back in the room from the gym. They're still going off. Like, dude, how many alarms you got set today, bro? Guess what you are doing when you set more than one alarm? What do you think you're doing when you set more than one alarm? You are totally setting yourself up for failure. That's the first thing you're doing. In the morning, boom, I quit. I give up. I haven't even stepped foot on earth yet, but I'm done. My day is over. I have no chance today, Wayne. It's not going to happen. We say we're going to write down our goals. We say we want big stuff in our life, but we don't have goals. We think others should try and work hard and be successful and join the insurance business, but we're not really giving it our all. We're trying to recruit, but we're halfway doing it as it is. We're telling others how incredible of an industry it is and how much money you can make, and we're not making any. That happens, by the way. True? True? At some point in your life, you got to decide, I don't care if they don't answer the phone, I'm going anyway. I remember on a Friday going and door knocking 150 doors on a Friday, cold, no leads, no age leads, nothing. Like, I'm sure you would love to buy life insurance for when you pass away, right? Not really. Do you think do you think I wanted to go cold door knock, right? Do you think there's things that you're doing that you really want to do? But what example are you setting for others? Because to really do something special in this industry, we need to build and help others. True? Like, we need to bring others in the industry, yes? But are you the example that you should be? I'm still not, by the way. Like, I'm pushing myself every single day to be better. Who else is? I'm pushing myself every single day to improve. I'm pushing myself every single day to change. I'm pushing myself every single day to be a better version of me. Because why? Because I'm just fitting in. When I was called to stand out, guess what? You were called to stand out. We can't all stand out like Gabe does, but we can sure try. Right? But guess what? Most impressive people think that they still have a lot of room for improvement. That's what you'll learn. Like, you start making $8,000 a month, you're like, I don't need anybody's help ever again. Please don't talk to me. I'm in my groove, man. I don't need you. I got this. And you get people making 80 grand a month that are like, gosh, I'm still not where I need to be. Right? Like, that's different. That's unique. Here's the message today. There's things in your life that you need to quit, but you should never quit on your future. You should never quit on your dreams. You should never quit on your goals. You should never quit on your family. You should never quit on helping others get to a better place in their life. You're just fitting in, but you were really meant to stand out. Who believes that? Yes. You're just fitting in, but you were just called to stand out. You're just fitting in, but you're meant to stand out. Stand up if you believe that. You're just fitting in, but you were called to stand out. Okay? You're just fitting in, but you were called to stand out. You're just fitting in, but you were called to stand out. Say it with me. You're just fitting in, but you were called to stand out. You're just fitting in, but you were called to stand out. You're just fitting in, but you were called to stand out. Who believes that? Yes. Who's enjoyed this so far? Okay? Who's enjoyed this so far? Who's enjoyed this so far? Okay, good, good, good. Who's making decisions so far? Who's making decisions so far today once again? Who made some decisions during that talk, by the way? By show of hands. Who made some decisions during that talk? About you, but I want to finish the day strong. Who wants to finish the day strong today? How good has today been? Today been good or today been good? Today's been great. Today has been great. Today has been unbelievable. As I break a table in the front row. All right, have a seat so I can get started. I got 34 minutes and 32 seconds left. Man, how awesome is this? Dude, I don't know what it is, man, but SWAT is a special event, is it not? Yeah. Where's Nate and Laura at? Here's Laura, okay? I don't know if you guys realize this, but to put on this, dude, it takes time, it takes money, it takes energy, it takes guts. It takes what? It takes guts. And it takes a lot of blood, sweat. I don't know if maybe with Nate there was some blood, right? There was probably some blood, sweat, and tears to put this thing on. And so I want to show my appreciation for both of you. I love both of you. I'm blessed that you're in my life, and I appreciate the opportunity, so thank you. Where's Nate? Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. This is special. This is special. It's so special that I'm about to deliver the best keynote you've ever heard in your life. That's how special this place is. Dude, I don't know what it is, man, but my energy is always at an all-time high when I'm here. Can you feel it or can you feel it? David Campert, can you feel it today? I'm giving a brand new talk I've never done before. Most of you, 98% of you have never heard it. Close to that number. I love that my mic is really hot. Give it up for the AV team, by the way. Like, they are freaking crushing it. They are crushing this thing. Also, you'll probably see that I'm the only one using a handheld mic over the next 2 days. I started doing that about 6 months ago. I started watching big-time pastors around the world. This thing has 3 times the size of diaphragm, which means I can really get in it and I can't blow the mic, which I love. Also, you got a lot more control, do you not? Yes. Dude, I love this thing. When you get up here at some point, you got to use this. I'm going to talk about expanding your vision tonight. I'm going to talk about how you can do whatever you're doing right now and it can blow up and get bigger. I'm going to walk through 8 business beliefs that I've never shared before. I will offend some people tonight. I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to be intense. I'm going to tell you to do stuff that you've never done. SWAT is all about recreating your mind and changing what you've been through, isn't it? Yeah. I'm going to do the same thing tonight because I can tell you there's certain things in your brain that you were taught as a kid that are wrong. By your parents, by your teachers. Like you think your teachers are the Bible. Like your teacher's making $42,000, nothing against teachers, but they're making $42,000 a year and you think what they say is gospel. You think what they say you have to do forever. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be a teacher. If anything, I want to teach insurance like my friend Chandra Price with Medicare teachers, right? All I know is I want to be a business owner that helps a lot of people. And I'm guessing you do too. So here's how I'm going to start. I'm going to share a brand new story that I heard at church that I freaking loved, by the way. So I'm going to start that with a new story about Tony Robbins. Who's heard of Tony Robbins by show of hands? Yes. Say aye if you've heard of Tony Robbins. Aye. Dude, who hasn't? Like, if you haven't, where have you been? What planet are you living on? He shares this story about, he's 62 now. He shares, which he looks great for 62, doesn't he? He started out doing events 37 years ago when he was 25. When he was 25 years old, he did an event with 125 people. Nate doubled his event, by the way. Congratulations, Nate. Okay, right? He did an event for 125 people, and he did it till midnight. Most people do events, and they don't go till midnight. Now, Nate may push the envelope, but Nate didn't go till midnight. He went till midnight. But he was so amped up and fired up because of the event that he couldn't go to bed yet. It's like 12:30, 1 a.m. So he says, I'm going to actually go out for a walk in downtown Boston. He's in downtown Boston. I've never been to Boston, but supposedly, okay, if you have, there's huge tall buildings that are older than the U.S. They've got old cobblestone roads. I don't know about you, but I've never been to Boston. But he goes out and starts walking in downtown Boston amongst the old cobblestone roads. And as he's walking down this road, there's this gentleman at the other end of the road that's walking towards him. He's got his head down, he's got a hat on, he's got a long trench coat, and he's kind of stumbling a little bit as he walks towards Tony Robbins. Was that a decent drunk impression or no? Yeah. Okay, he's stumbling a little bit. I've never been drunk yet, to be honest, so I don't really know what it feels like. But maybe this is it, I don't know. As he gets closer, he can start to smell the guy. I can't smell Josh, but Tony could smell the dude that was walking in front of him. He could start to smell a lot of alcohol on the guy. As he got closer, he's like, this guy is drunk. And the guy gets closer. I don't know about you, but like 1 a.m., downtown Boston, pitch black, some dude in a trench coat that's drunk and like, right, is walking towards you. Now, Tony's a big dude, so he can probably protect himself just fine. But the individual's walking closer, and as he gets closer, he looks at Tony and says, can I have a quarter? Can you spare me a quarter? Tony, I need a quarter. Can you spare a quarter? Brad, you got a quarter? Brad's got a lot more than a quarter, by the way. And Tony says, are you sure that you only want a quarter? He's like, yeah, I just need a quarter. Can you spare a quarter? I just want a quarter. He says, okay. He pulls out his wallet. He's got hundreds of dollars in his wallet. And he's flipping through the cash as he looks to find a quarter in all of this cash. And he's showing the gentleman the cash as he's finding the quarter, right? And the gentleman's he's looking at Tony. He's looking at the cash. He's looking at Tony. He's looking at the cash. And Tony eventually finds a quarter. And as he's looking, he's like, are you sure you only want a quarter? I just need a quarter. Can you spare a quarter? Terrible Boston accent. Can you just have a quarter? He's looking at the money. He's looking at the quarter. He's looking at Tony. He's looking at the money. And then Tony puts his wallet back in as he finds a quarter. And the dude starts looking at the wallet and the cash in the pocket. And Tony pulls out a quarter and says, life will give you whatever you ask of it.
Yeah.
He gives him a quarter. He says he takes the quarter, says, you're weird, and runs off. The moral of the story is some of us in our business, we're asking for quarters. We're waking up and we're chasing quarters. You get one life. How you use it is up to you. It can be special. It can be great. It can be a Perry Lunsford type of life. It can be whatever you want. But some of us are waking up and we thinking we deserve quarters. I'm telling you, I don't care what you've been through. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care where you're at. How much money is in your bank account. I don't care how many agents you got. I don't care how many chargebacks you got. I'm telling you, you can have more than a bunch of freaking quarters. Do I got your attention tonight? Yeah. Anybody feeling this? Yeah. Say aye if you're alive. Aye. I got 3 key questions for you before I get to my 8 business beliefs tonight. I got 8 core business beliefs. And why 8? Because I got 8% brand, so I might as well keep using a bunch of 8s, right? First question, I want to expand your brain. I can't put stuff in there if you're thinking small. I can't force feed the right info in if you've got defense blockers up there, right? And you're like the Heisman and you're like, bro, Nate, it ain't getting in my brain. First question, would you rather $1 million cash or 1 million followers? Who says, give me the money, give me the cash? Okay, I'm not saying there's right or wrong answers, even though there is, okay? Who would say, dude, give me the followers, give me the following. Perry Lunsford made millions of dollars in health insurance because everybody knows him as the healthy insurance guy, don't they? Yeah. Dude, you can have the same life. Second question, would you rather be the best player on the worst team or the worst player on the best team? Dude, this thing gets special when you get unbelievable people like Dylan Corbett, Rodney, Devin, and Derek on your squad. Yeah. Dude, life gets special when you get special people on the team. I don't know about you, but 5 years ago, I had the Bad News Bears and the bench warmers of insurance. Terrible, terrible team. And guess what? Who was to blame? Hello, your boy. It was all my fault. I was attracting losers because I was a loser. I'm attracting better people now, but I guarantee you, I got a lot more growth in me. A bunch of you have seen me speak a lot. I hope I'm getting a little better every now and then. Because that's the point. This game is evolving. This game can be whatever you want it to be. But if you don't get any better, you don't change, you don't improve, you don't get better, Jesse Park, it doesn't matter what you do. Because until you get better, nothing gets better, Stephen LeDuc, right? That's right, brother. We just hired the social media manager and stole her from Johnny Morris and Bass Pro Shops. Come on, somebody. She left Bass Pro Shops to work for 8%. Do you think that's a quality candidate? Do you think apparently we got a better culture than the billionaire Johnny. Apparently we're attracting people in our community around the world because of all the private jets and events and fun that we're having and the millions that we're helping around the world. That's right. You can have the same thing. Third question. Think about the biggest problem in your business right now. Dang, I got 24 minutes, I gotta move. This is like an hour keynote normally, but I'm gonna get it in, okay? I will not go over by much, okay? Just kidding. Think about your biggest problem in your business right now and write it down. Those that take action and write it down, actually believe they got a problem. The rest of you just think you're perfect. Good for you. Why are you even, like, if you don't write something down, why are you even here, right? Think about the biggest problem in your business right now. Think about it. Maybe it's prospecting, maybe it's leads, maybe it's closing, maybe it's team, maybe it's agency, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. Maybe you need Sandra in your life. I don't know what you need. Yeah. But you got to figure out what it is. Your biggest, I didn't say 12, I said your biggest one. Far too many times we focus on too much crap anyway. Let's get good at one. Let's overcome one. Let's get great at one. Let's solve one. The question in that is, would you pay $50,000 to solve it right now? And I'm not asking for 50, and I'm not saying I can solve it, because I don't know what the problem is. Say aye if you'd pay 50 to solve it. Aye. Dude, this is a better room than normal. I was at Tax Growth Con talking to a bunch of accountants and CPAs, because I know a ton about taxes, right? And I got like a dozen ayes. I'm like, where the freak am I at? Well, I'm talking to a bunch of accountants for starters. I can tell you this. I've done whatever it took to solve big problems in my life. As an example, I paid to go to a $50,000 mastermind. A $50,000 mastermind. A round table, a dozen people with a couple billionaires. And the number one thing I learned is that I was the problem. If you didn't write down you, hello, right? Like I was the problem. I was getting my way. I was thinking too small. I wasn't forcing and getting better and getting serious about this thing, and I was holding myself back. The way I thought was too small. My actions were not enough. My daily routine, my goals, all of it was not where it needed to be. Let's jump into the 8 business beliefs. I got 22 minutes. I better go. You guys still with me? Say aye if you're still awake. Aye. No reason to talk to people that aren't. Number 1, 8 business beliefs. Number 1, invest more. We invested $450,000 on our first 8% Nation conference in 2018. Starbucks is not your problem. The price of gas is not your problem. If you're going on social media and venting because or going to racetrack to save 25 cents, another flipping quarter, wherever I put the dang quarter, just to save 25 cents, you're wasting time going over there when you could be networking and meeting millionaires.
Let's go.
It's a different way of think.
Yes.
I'm not chasing quarters. You guys getting this?
Yes.
Who cares? It's a $5 Starbucks. Like Dave, I'm sorry, Dave Ramsey, like he ain't here, but like that ain't gonna keep you from being a millionaire or not. That's stupid. Yeah. If that's the problem, I promise you it's holding you back from success because it's a little think. Yep. If gas going from $3 to $5, whatever it is in Texas, it's lower in Missouri, but I have a $100,000 Porsche Taycan electric car, so who cares, right? I don't even know what gas is. I don't want to know. But I know that if it goes from $3 to $5, and that's the problem, and you're worried about the $5 or the $2 increase on the 20 gallons and you're $40, like I promise you, you'll never be a millionaire. If you think small and you worry about the Starbucks and the gas and you're not worried about investing in your business, I can promise you it will hold you back from being farther ahead in life. Say aye if you're going to invest more. Aye. Say aye if you believe that everything in your business is going to change this year. I didn't tell you this earlier, but I can promise you your business is going to double the moment you implement these 8 business beliefs this year. I'm more passionate about this talk and what I'm talking about right now than any other talk I've ever been passionate about, because I know it can move the needle in your life. Number 2. Holy freak, I'm sweating. It takes a lot for me to sweat. I'm like 179 pounds. I am sweating up here, bro. Number 2, extreme urgency. My target is to sell 1,000 tickets to 8% in the month of May. Yeah. Now you can happily support and help me get closer to that. We sold 1,000, and I'm like, you need to tell people what you want, by the way, right, Alex Jackson? Like, stop being scared of telling everybody what you want. We need extreme urgency. We sold 1,000 tickets last year. This year, we're going to sell it in 30 days. 30 days. When I was a new agent, The goal wasn't for me to just hope and pray that I make $50,000 in my first 8 months. No, that wasn't the target. It was extreme urgency on my end. And I'm gonna tell you in a minute why it was actually too small and why it didn't work. Take your 1 year goals and cram them in 30 days. Josh, how much did you do in 30 days, your first 30 days?
103,000.
He was so big you don't even remember. Okay, 103,000. Give it up for Josh. Okay, $103,000 in 30 days. This is the career. This is the place. This is the opportunity. Most people don't make six figures their first year, not because it's too big, but because it's too small. And it doesn't get your attention. You have to make $100,000 over 365 days, Tony Merwin. And we lose interest. We lose activity. We work less. We lose urgency. We lose creativity. We don't do whatever it takes because it's a whole year. Which brings me to my next point, which is number 3, total obsession. You need to stop having 12, 13, 14, 15, 24 goals and get good at one. Do the 100,000 in 30 days if that's the target. But have one. Get obsessed with it. Dominate the one target instead of having dozens. I made the mistake, by the way. I'm going to tell myself. I had a dozen goals for the month of April. Guess what? I only checked off a few of them. Why? Because I had too many. It sounds cool. It's like, dude, I'm going to get all this done and work really hard. What if you just worked really hard at this? The one thing. Joe Crivolo approves this message, I guarantee it. They're looking at each other like, dude, the one target works. You get totally obsessed at hitting one target. It keeps your creativity. It makes you work harder. You wake up and you're obsessed and you write it down every day, Ron, and you write it down every day, Brad, and you do everything you can to make it happen because you're obsessed with it. A lot of us, we need to become more obsessed with it, don't we? Yeah. And we do. Say aye if you're still with me. Aye. Say aye if nature had me back at SWAT forever. Aye. Asked the same thing last time and it worked. That's why I'm back. So I gotta pre-sell for the next one, right? Number 4. Pay to solve problems. I hired a coach for our team. Oh crap, 16 minutes. I hired a coach for our team for $46,000 to work through direct response, ad copy, event funnels. I'm paying $46,000 over the course of the next year for a coach, for our staff. Pay to solve problems. Do you think I'll get my money back? Yes. Dude, I'm the worst freaking promoter on the planet. We go to college. We pay $46,000 a year for college. But we won't put $46,000 in our business. And if it does hurt, I don't think it hurts you, but if it does hurt some people, then good. Because if we've got problems, Phil Pickle, dude, we need to solve it. That's right. We need to do whatever it takes to solve it. Yep. We spend $46,000 a year to go to college. We don't pay attention. We hate the homework. We don't like our professors. We sleep in, we skip, we don't network, and then we end up with all this debt. And then we're like, oh, by the way, I know what I want to do for the rest of my life at 18 years old. Yeah, right. And then we go and we don't use our degree, and then we have all this debt, and we poured it in from that. I'm not saying college is bad, but use it the right way and actually get something out of it. Network. Go to flipping. If you're going to spend a ton of money, at least go to Harvard and meet some billionaires. Yeah. If we're going to spend the money, we're going to spend $46,000 a year for college, at least take it serious. At least show up. And if they can do that, you can put it in your, if an 18-year-old can spend $46,000 a year, hundreds of thousands of dollars to learn nothing, the least you can do is spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on your business. It's the least you can do. I promise you, your business will grow. Your business will explode. Number 5. This is going to be a touchy one, Nate. Number 5, focus on revenue. I was wondering why you were sweating so much up here, bro. I'm sweating too. Focus on revenue. Guess what? Expenses have a floor. Joe, expenses have a floor, but revenue has no ceiling. You cannot micromanage expenses or your revenue line will also dip. When you look at a P&L, are you so worried about expenses or are you focused on growing the top line? Dude, if the top line doesn't grow, I can't micromanage myself into just killing my freaking business. We're all worried about expenses every 14 seconds. Let's get worried about actually making some money, right. Growing our income, our revenue going up. Because when it does, you will make more money. Exactly. The more I spend, the more I do in revenue. Right. It ain't popular. There will be some in the room that totally disagree, which is okay, because I got the mic and you don't. But what I can tell you is, focus on revenue. Stop worrying about expenses and Starbucks and gas and leads. Leads are fuel for the jet. Leads are fuel. You need them to sell insurance, or you got to go cold call and cold door knock at 20 years old like this Dumbo that just didn't know any better and just wanted to punish myself. The more you tight squeeze money, guys, the more we tight squeeze money, the more we hold on to it, the more we grip it, the more we squeeze it tight, the less it will flow to you. The more you, if you were raised that way to where dude, save the pennies, you know what I mean? Save it all. A penny saved is it's stupid. It's a dumb saying. It is. Yes. It's weird that the world wants us to be broke. It's really weird to me. The more you tight squeeze money, the less it will flow to you. Number 6, never hire average. Never hire average. Stop letting people piss in your Cheerios. You allow mediocrity, the whole freaking squad will be mediocre before you know it. I had dudes that were doing flamethrowers out back in the parking lot. I'm talking 4, 5, 6 years ago. I had a circus is what I had. When you hire average, it brings everybody else down. I don't know about y'all, but I want the best possible team I can. And I'm going to tell you in a second why that really matters. There's a story about John Maxwell. John Maxwell's got, who's heard of John Maxwell? Say aye. Aye. Okay, so John I'm saving y'all some arms, by the way, with all these eyes today, aren't I? John Maxwell is a leadership expert. He's known around the world. Most people know him. He's got a book. He's got a bunch of books. The dude's got 70 books. I don't even know. Too many. I guess not, but I ain't read them all. So the book I'm talking about that I'm going to share is about, it's called Developing the Leaders Around You. By John Maxwell, Developing the Leaders Around You. And in the book, in chapter 1 on page 4, John Maxwell shares how in 1981 he took over Skyline Wesleyan Church in San Diego, California. And from 1969 to 1981, the church had averaged 1,000 people a week for 12, 13 years. He takes over as the lead pastor. In 1981, he calls a staff meeting. He gets the whole team together. He says, I don't know if you're the team that can get us from 1,000 to 2,000, but we're going to find out. He did that speech 4 different times over the next 14 years, and his church went from 1,000 to 4,000 from 1981 to 1995. And in the book, he says that an organization's growth potential is directly related to personnel potential. Because it is. Never hire average. You need quality people to propel the spaceship of whatever you're building and whatever track you're on and wherever you're running and whatever you want to do. The better your people are, also too, in our office, I'm really bad at everything except for speaking, sales, and promotion. And now everybody else on the team is really good at all these other things, and I was trying to do them all. I was building Facebook ads. I was doing emails. I was selling. I was servicing. I was talking to the customer that wanted a $100 refund. I was doing all these dumb things. Dude, I don't do any of that stuff anymore. I do the things that make us the most amount of money. You talk about time management? Write down the top 10 things you should do. Circle the top 3, get rid of the bottom 7, and start with number 1. That ain't that hard. Like, there's some time management for you. You know what to do. Typically, we know the answers. Jeremiah, I don't know what it is, man, but we always know the answers. We don't pay to solve the problems, but we know the answers. Number 7, grab attention. I didn't say get it, I said grab it. Grab attention. You want to be thinking reach. You want to be thinking omnipresence. You want to get people talking. I can tell you this. Let's just say that you're doing a client appreciation event, whatever. You've got 1,000 clients, and you're doing a client appreciation event in your city. You could send 900 emails, 4,000 texts, 12,000 calls, and door knock every single client 14 times. And 2/3 of them wouldn't even know you were doing a client appreciation event. That's promotion nowadays. The average human being sees 800,000 advertisements a day. Think about all the billboards, all the articles, all the radio commercials, right? All the stuff on social media, everything you're seeing. 800,000 advertisements a day. Nate talked about this thing called Ultimate Agent that we did. I spoke in Chicago, and 2/3 of the room had no clue what I was flipping talking about. It was my own event. When you think you've maxed out the promotion of whatever it is, like we accidentally sent a bunch of text messages out at 1 and 2 in the morning, and people were like pissing all in their Cheerios in Facebook groups because they got one simple text in the middle of the night. Who flipping cares, bro? Like, come on, grow up. That's why they ain't doing what we're doing, bro. That's why they're freaking way behind. And that's why they worry about the text. They're never going to catch up. They're not. It's a dumb way of thinking. You know what I do when I get a text I don't want to do? That I don't want? I delete it. It's a text message.
That's right.
Whenever you think you've maxed out promotion or whatever you're doing or whatever you want your clients to know or whatever you want leads to know, do 50% more. Because I can promise you it ain't enough. When you think you've maxed it out, it ain't enough. We did this thing called Ultimate Agent where we had thousands of agents register. Johnny and Patrice were 2 of the ones that registered. We had thousands of agents all over the world, Sri Lanka, Philippines, agents from everywhere. They registered for the Ultimate Agent Contest. We brought 5 to Springfield, Missouri. We put them on a private jet. We flew them to an undisclosed secret location. We lived in a mansion for a week. We gave them hundreds of leads. We flew in top mentors, coaches, and trainers like Roger and Nate into the mansion to help them for a week. We got rid of people every single night. We mic'd them up all day. We put a camera in their face nonstop, and we put a GoPro in their car. And at the end, we crowned someone the Ultimate Agent, and they won $121,000 in cash and prizes. And we're launching that in a movie theater July 5th in Springfield, Missouri, and then on YouTube for free in July. And then we're going to release the winner live on stage at 8% this year. Johnny and Patrice, stand up real quick, okay? These were the 2 of the 5 contestants that competed. Love you guys. Number 8. I got 6 minutes. Number 8, leverage debt to grow. Dave Ramsey will definitely not approve this message. I did a coaching call with a gentleman a few weeks ago, and he was struggling to find money to spend on his business and scale and recruiting and stuff. And I said, okay, I started asking personal financial questions. I said, what do you drive? Well, I drive this new vehicle. I won't say who it is because I don't want to give away who it is. I drive this certain vehicle. Okay, how much was it? It was $45,000. Okay, cool. I don't have money, but I got a $40,000 car. Okay. How much money did you put down? $15,000 cash. And you financed 30. Okay. Why? Because doesn't everybody put money down when they buy a car? Like, bro, dude, I want the money in my business. I will max out the debt on every car and every house and everything I have until I've got so much money, I'll just pay them all off. It all goes back in the business. Like last year, we refinanced our home again and took out 150, 200 grand, whatever it was. It went right into the business. Why would I let it sit there? Do you believe in your cars, your homes, or do you believe in your business? It's not. This message is not approved by most people. This message is really intense. This really is really like right, left, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. But it's like really off-centered. It is. But the message works because it's worked for me. I believe in me. I believe in the business. I don't care about, I love vehicles. I love cars. I would love to own a bunch of Perry's cars. But I want to leverage debt to grow. I'm betting on me. That's exactly right. You need to bet on you. What do you believe in? I'm going to finish with this story and then I'm done. Donald Trump, whether you like him or not, okay, it doesn't matter. This ain't about politics. I don't care if you're a freaking Democrat, you love Joe Biden, you hate Obama. I don't care. Could care less. I love business. And it's irrelevant. It's dumb to even worry about it. That's right. Donald Trump was in a restaurant years ago, and he was sitting there eating lunch, and there was a gentleman in the corner singing. And this dude was singing really well, phenomenal. He could sing, and Donald's like, dude, this guy is good. Brad, this guy is good. I can't believe how good this person is. I wonder if they know how good they are. Some of you don't realize how good you are. We don't know how good we are. This person's in the corner singing, and they don't realize how good they are. Donald Trump goes up to them when they get done singing and says, hey, do you realize how good you are? You're incredible. Jill, you're amazing. I love what you're doing. How do more people not know about you? He said, here's what I'm going to do. Rodney, I'm going to bring back a big-time music producer friend of mine, and I'm going to have him sit right here at the exact same time tomorrow. I'm going to eat lunch at noon. You're going to get right back in the corner. You're going to sing. You're going to tear it up. You're going to sing like your life depends on it, because it does. The same lyrics, the same energy, the same enthusiasm. You're going to do whatever it takes to get the biggest opportunity of your life. And it's at noon. They exchange numbers. The night goes on. Trump gets a phone call at 11 a.m. Ring, ring, ring. Hello, this is Donald. Dude, that wouldn't suck, right? Hello, this is Donald. Or maybe it would nowadays. Who freaking knows? Mr. Trump, I just got in a car wreck and I'm not going to make it. Number one step to success is showing up. He had a pulse. He wasn't dead. Could have called an Uber, could have asked Trump to pick him up, could have had Perry swing by in the Ferrari. He could have done something. He could have crawled, but he didn't. Trump said, he hung up the phone. He said, some people were meant to be lounge acts forever. Trump said there's three types of people in this world. Number one, a lounge act. They're good. They play in the corner. But they cannot show up. Brad, they say they're going to do something and they don't. They whine about the smallest stuff. I know 7-figure earners that lie. They're hypocrites. And they say they're going to do stuff and they don't. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be that person. The second type of person in this world is an opening act. An opening act, they show up, they sing, they're phenomenal, but they never show up early, they never stay late, and they never do whatever it takes. He said there's the third type of person in this world is a main act. Joe, the main act is outstanding. They get there early. They always show up. They stay late. They do whatever it takes. They perform lights out every time, and they still don't think they're doing good enough. That's a main act. So as I got 34 seconds and counting, here's what I'm going to ask you. In your business right now, in your career, in your finances, in your life, with your team, with everything you're doing, the team you got, where you want to go, your vision, your goals, your dreams, whatever you want in life, wherever you are at now and wherever you want to go. I don't know where it is, but I know where I want to go. I want to ask you, as I am walking in front of speakers, are you acting like a lounge act, an opening act, or a main act? Thank you. What is up, Impact Legacy Group? Who's awake today? Who's awake today? Some of you are not awake today. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Are you awake? Are you ready for what is about to go down? Also, Brett, Matt, whoever, let's get the lights up as bright as we can. I'm going to move around a little bit. I want to see you. Stay standing. Give them a hand if you've enjoyed the last couple of days, if you've loved being here. Stay standing. I got some ground rules. Number one, let's act like we got some life about us. This is not church. If one person claps, we all clap. Yes? If you... Somebody did it. Somebody did it. If you agree with something, it is okay for me to hear you. You are at an event where you are working to change your life, to leave an impact, to do something special, to make a bunch of money, to change generations, and I'm barely hearing anybody for 2 days, and it's driving me freaking nuts. Casey Peterson, it's okay to have emotions, to wake up, to express energy. It is okay, Akil, is it not? It is okay. It's okay for me to lose my voice in 30 minutes. It is okay. Who's ready now? Are you awake? Did I get your attention? Somebody clapped. Also, if you take a video or a picture, you absolutely have to tag me. And I'll love you more if you do. So it's okay. Like I go to events and they're like, dude, nobody take out their phone. Like, let's keep it like keep it in your pocket. I go to Nate's event. He's like, turn it off. I'm like, dude, no. We live in a world where I want everyone to see me. Stop hiding. Start showing. Start telling the world about impact. I was talking to Jennifer Harris outside. I said, you know what? We got 300 in the room. I said, you know what's crazy is, man, I can feel something special. I can feel a movement. Instead of 300, why not 3,000? We're going to 3,000. Guess what? We're going to 6,000. Guess what? We're going to 30,000. I can promise you that. Real quick before you sit down. I believe that these individuals, Brian and Patty Askins, have changed our family tree forever. Give them a hand. Yeah. My dad made a decision. I'm going to ask you to make a decision today. He made a decision. He said, I am going to leave generations after me better than I found them. He made a decision. Guess what? That decision has trickled down to me, has it not? Yep. Dude, he was the one. I am the one. You can be the one. Who's like, dude, we're 4 minutes in, I'm about to have a heart attack. Who's the one, Casey Peterson? There's a lot of you, man. You grew up, your family tree, no one's done anything, nobody's helped anybody, nobody's told anybody anything, nobody's made any money, nobody's given to charity, nobody's been able to give to their church, nobody's done any of those things. But I'm telling you what, it can stop now. It can stop with you. You can get to where you can change generations, leave an impact, leave a legacy because you make a decision today. I believe in showing up and reaching my potential and being awake throughout the day. I'm going to share 8 things of how I believe you can become the one. Say, I'm the one. I'm the one. If you don't mean it, don't say it. I'm the one. No, I'm the one. Are you sure you're the one? Because it don't sound like you mean it yet. I'm the one. No, I'm the one. I believe in walking into a room and shifting an atmosphere. That's what I believe. It is really hard for me to sit in a chair for 2 days and not be up here. It's freaking difficult. And I got 24 minutes and 49 seconds to tell you as much as I possibly can about how you can become the one. I may even give away some leads in a few minutes. We'll see. Let's go. Number 1, somebody clapped. Pastor Tyler, I like this new rule that you rolled out at church, man. Somebody claps, we all clap, man. Appreciate you. Okay, my Pastor Tyler and Renee are here. I didn't know they were coming until about 5 minutes ago. They're like, Lauren's like, please stall, they're almost here. I'm like, I'm not introducing me. I don't know what you want me to do. But I love that they're here. I've always wanted to be up here. I've always wanted to build a company, doing a bunch of companies, doing millions of dollars. I've always wanted to get a brand out there, to help millions of people around the world. Like I'm writing down these things every single day. What are you writing down? Who do you want to become? You know what's interesting is nobody's looking down, nobody's looking on their phones, everybody's got a freaking pen in their hand. Why? Because I got your attention. And that's what should be happening. Number one, wake up with energy. What are people attracted to? What are people attracted to? Energy. Dude, Mike Kaka, they're attracted to energy. Do you walk in a room with energy or do you not? Do you wake up with energy? It's interesting, like Steve Harvey, back when he first joined Amway, like a bajillion years ago, he got a call from his sponsor, John Walker, at 5:30 in the morning. And his sponsor called him, and Steve Harvey's asleep. It's 5:30 in the morning, and he's like, hello? Hey, Steve, it's John Walker, buddy. It's going to be an amazing day. We're going to have a phenomenal day. He's like, dude, it's 5:30, bro. I'm asleep. Day 2. Ring, ring, ring. Yeah, this is Steve. Steve, this is John Walker, buddy. We're having an amazing day. It's going to be phenomenal. You're going to love it. Okay, John. Thank you. Day 3, day 14, day 21, day 37. Every single day for 37 days. On day 38, ring, ring, ring. Hello. John says, Steve, what is wrong with your attitude? He said, I see a lot of potential in you, but you wake up with a bad attitude. And you're not going to do anything big in life waking up with a bad attitude and sleeping in. He said, I believe in you more than you do. And I know you got something special inside of you. And he hangs up. Steve goes through the whole day just upset, right? He's aggravated. He's frustrated. He's like, dude, this dude called me out. What is he doing? I'm unemployed. I got laid off. I'm sort of doing Amway part-time. I'm broke. I don't have a reason to get up. He said the next day, 5:30 in the morning, he said, I was literally sitting up in bed. I was so frustrated with John Walker, my sponsor. Ring, 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 5:30 in the morning, day 39. Hello, this is Steve Harvey. Steve, this is John. He's like, I know, it's going to be an amazing day. It's going to be phenomenal. I'm with you. I'm committed. I'm there. You woke me up. I want it. What's awesome about that story is Steve Harvey does a morning show into 119 different markets to millions of people, and he speaks to people all around the world every single morning. He says, God turned someone who was lazy and was not a morning person into a morning person, talking and waking people up with energy across the world. Give Steve Harvey a hand. Also, if you're like, dude, I mean, let's be transparent and honest. Who believes that you're not a morning person? Yeah, you're freaking wrong. Because I do not put labels on me. Not anymore. Dude, I am whatever I want to be. I want to be a morning person. I am. I want to be a millionaire. I am. I want to give to charity. I do. I want to lead 50 team members in 2 different buildings to win together and to take care of them. I will. It's interesting. There's who's heard of Andrew Tate around the internet, going everywhere, okay? I'm not saying that I agree with everything he says, okay? So take the message instead of the messenger, okay? He's everywhere. He's going viral, all this stuff. He got arrested in Romania, who cares, right? But here's the moral of the story. He got an email from a young kid, 18 years old, that said, Andrew, I'm depressed, and I want to end my life. He said, I've been told I got depression, and I don't want to live anymore. He said, do me a favor. He said, go to the gym every day for 30 days, and let's see if you still feel the same way you do today. He said, and update me along the way with what you're doing. Day 1, he went to the gym. Day 2, he went to the gym. Day 5, he went to the gym. Day 7, he went to the gym. Day 14, he emails back in and says, dude, I don't even need a whole month. I got a newfound confidence. I look in the mirror differently. I'm a different person. I don't want to end my life. I'm not depressed. You know what I mean? He's changing as a person. Because someone said, do this, speak this. All the labels in the world drive me nuts because I choose what label the world puts on me. If one claps, we all clap. Here's 8 things I'm doing every single morning that I've been doing for a while. That is 100 push-ups every morning, 10,000 steps a day, 150 grams of protein. I know you can't write it all down. I'll put it on my Instagram story. You can figure it out. Okay. 100 push-ups, 10,000 steps, 150 grams of protein. Write down my goals every morning. 1-minute plank for abs, prayer, cold shower, and I shoot a video every day. I've done push-ups, 100 push-ups a day. Today was the day 130. Why? Because I wasn't happy with my physique. Like, I've always been small. I've always been really skinny. And some of you are like, dude, I'd love to be really skinny. But dude, I wanted a little bit of muscle, okay? I determine if that happens, though. If you're like, dude, I'm unhappy with who I'm looking at in the mirror, then you have the ability to fix it. You were created to do something big. My pastor about 1.5 years ago at a men's conference said, you know what? Maybe you're just fitting in when you were truly called to stand out. I was called to stand out. I was called to be the one. And I believe each and every one of you were too. Whether you believe it right now or not. What do the most successful people in the world do? Let's talk about their daily habits. Wake up early. Read. Work out. Read some more. Pray. Meditate. Goals. Tackle the difficult things first. I love that. And they make a lot of money. What was that, Scott? Do things other people won't do. Who would love, like if I said, hey, think about one successful person right now and picture them in your brain. Who are you thinking about? I like that. Let's clap for that. I like that, Scotty. You're picturing someone. Did they have to do and currently do a bunch of those things that we just talked about? Yes or yes? And we say we want to be them. Maybe not exactly like them, but a version of them, right? We want to be our best self. We want to help a lot of people. We want to make a lot of money. Sure, right? You're not here if you don't want to be better. Like, you don't show up and sit through this for 2 days and not want to win and do something big. If that is true, if that's the case, and you're picturing someone, and you're telling me what they're doing to become who they are, but you're not doing what they currently do to become who they are and for you to become better. You know what to do. It's just a matter of doing it. How often are you doing these things? We have the answers. But are we holding ourselves accountable to actually deliver and get results on those answers? Number 2, if you don't quit, you can't fail. I got to move. I got 16 minutes. Goodness gracious. If you don't quit, you can't fail. Dallas and I were we were supposed to go to an appointment in Joplin, Missouri, wherever Dallas is. This was like 7-8 years ago. And it was on a Saturday morning. I didn't want to go. Appointment's at 9 a.m. and we got to get up at 6 and leave the office at 6:30 or 7. It's 2 hours away. I didn't want to go to the appointment. I call ahead because that's really smart. And I call ahead and she doesn't answer. And then I look at Dallas and we do this Saturday morning. We can just hang out. Let's stay at the office. We don't have to go, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't have to show up. And he's like, dude, we don't have anything going on. Why don't we just show up anyway? We get there. She's nowhere to be found. She's not at her house. She forgot about the appointment. We drove over 2 hours. Freaking Dallas. Guess who strolls in 15 minutes late, spends 2.5 hours with us, and we write over $6,000 in premium because Dallas decided to show up on a Saturday when Cody Askins didn't want to. Give Dallas a hand. There are objections around you nonstop. And I'm not talking about I'm not interested and all, call me back and all these silly objections that you can 100% stop listening to, by the way, okay, and start freaking ignoring those. The objections that you're hearing from other people, right? The objections you're giving yourself. You cannot outsell and outperform a bad attitude. It does not exist. My wife reminds me of that every 12 minutes. Because I wake up frustrated. You know what? You want to know why I do all the 8 of these things every day? Because I wake up frustrated like I've never accomplished anything in my life with an insane drive. And if I don't get it out, I take it out on everybody else. So I get it out of my system. Number 2, if you don't quit, you can't fail. Number 3, have too many leads. Oh, dude, I just got another 8 minutes. Give them a hand. I don't know if that was approved or not, but I love it. I met with my ex-business partner Landon 4 years ago, and we were meeting, and he had the largest marketing agency in Springfield, Missouri. And he said, how much are you spending on Facebook? And I pulled out a calculator, and I'm like, I'm spending about $250,000 a month on Facebook. He's like, shut up. No, you're not. I'm like, dude, I am. He's like, okay, you're officially the biggest marketing agency in Springfield that nobody knows about. Because I'm not really well known in Springfield. As of 9 days ago, Lauren and I officially bought Landon and Lindsay out of Secure Agent Marketing. He's ready to go do his own thing. I'm ready to take over. And because of that, I'm getting back involved in the marketing world, testing out new leads, testing out ideas, and doing everything I can to make sure that no matter how many agents we have enough leads in marketing to supply them with good people to see. Why do agents fail? Talk about leads. Why do agents fail? Do I need to run back on stage? You guys still with me? Why do they fail? They give up. Go deeper. Activity, go deeper. They're not in front of enough people. So if they're not in front of enough people, right? Because think about it. Oh, you didn't make enough money. You didn't make enough money because you didn't get in front of enough people. You didn't get in front of people. You didn't make any sales. You didn't get in front of people, right? Then you didn't set up appointments. Then you didn't put in the activity. You didn't have the leads. Like you can go all the way down the line. But if that's true, which it is, they did not get it, because if you get in front of a bunch of people, you're probably going to do okay. Fair? If that's true and 92% fail, I believe it is better, number 3, to have too many leads than not enough. If that will solve the problem, then just have too many. It's not rocket science. Like you got like 12 leads to work for the whole week, and you're like, dude, credit card's maxed out, I'm broke, and this person said they're not interested, and then you go cry in the corner for 4 hours and you don't actually do anything. Like, have too many people to talk about. Also, the less leads you had, the more every single one you squeeze to death, and it's so important, and you have to have it now or you're going to lose. Then why do we not have enough? And because of that, I'm going to give away some test leads.
Let's go.
I've got 40 life insurance leads. Who wants them?
Right here.
I've got 40 life insurance leads, and they're going to Jonathan Jones because he moved. And I have 60 final expense leads, and they're going to this gentleman. Okay? 40 life insurance leads, 60 final expense. Give it up for these two. In life, you have to take action, do you not? Derek, make sure I remember that I said that, because I'll totally forget. Okay? This gentleman, what's your name again, sir? Mike White. Jonathan Jones is the life. Mike White is the final expense. And what's cool about those leads is I am building a brand, talking to consumers on video, and I'm actually saying, like, hey, before you buy life insurance, you may not know, but there's a cheat code available where when you pay your premiums and you don't die, you can get all of them back at the end of your term. Learn more below for a free life insurance quote today. Is that pretty transparent? Dude, I'm trying to get away from as much of the state-regulated programs and approved and free stuff, and we're going to give you a calendar and a gift card and all this other $5 Walmart card, all this other crap that's on all these leads, man. I'm trying to get away from it and be super transparent. So I'm actually getting on video. We've recorded 10 videos of me talking to consumers, and actually even our final expense ad, U.S. seniors, pay close attention. There is now a affordable burial life insurance plan that you may qualify for to help you with your funeral and final expenses. That sounds a lot better than, hey, you may qualify for a new state-regulated program that will pay 100% for free. It's like, dude, come on, bro. I'm gonna click on that. So give it up for these two for getting that. Number 4, be direct and take action. Be direct and take action. I was in Houston, Texas with one of our sales guys, Devin Donahue, who I love. And Devin we got off the plane and we're going over to the rack where all of the carry-on bags are, because we fly American Eagle, these little bitty planes from Springfield, Missouri. You get it. You probably came on here one, okay? And we go to get our bags because we plain side checked them. I get my bag, I start walking away, and I'm like, dude, get your bag. He's like, that's not my bag. We're the last to get our bags, and there's one bag left, and it's not his. And it's just sitting there. I'm like, are you sure it's not your bag? He's like, dude, I know what my bag looks like. I am sure that is not my bag. I'm like, okay. And so we go to the stewardess. She's like, you know what this means, right? I'm like, yeah, he doesn't have his bag. Well, I don't know. What do you mean? I don't know. What does it mean? She said, it means somebody took his bag and left their bag. I'm like, are you flipping kidding me? I'm like, okay. I'm like, can you make a call? She's like, I'll start talking over the intercom and make sure people are aware. I'm like, dude, Devin, I'm not going to hope that the people talking through the airport, like, speaker system that I never listened to, that somebody else hopefully listened to, and get your bag. I'm like, you stay here. I'm like, what's your bag look like? He's gray. It's like a dark gray. It's metal. I'm like, great. I start running down the Houston, Texas airport, chasing all of the passengers that were in front of us. And I pass this Asian family, and I look, and I'm like, dude, that looks a lot like Devin's bag after running. And he's like, they're like, I'm like, are you sure this is your bag? And they're like, we think so. I said, can we be positive maybe? Like, certain. Would that be okay? And they're like, yeah. I said, can you open it? Yes, that's fine. Whatever, sure. They open it. Oh, this is not our bag. I'm like, I know, because it's back there, and that's Devin's bag. So let's go get your bag and give him his. We go back, and the stewardess says, I'm so glad you took action and ran. She said, because you want to know where that bag was going? Narita, Japan. I'm like, dude, Devin, you were never going to get your bag back. Take some action. Also, when you're selling, a lot of salespeople will say, dude, ask questions, ask, and I get it. Here's the average salesperson. We ask questions the whole time, which is great, but at the end, we ask, would you like to do this today? Are you interested? Can you afford this? What do you think? And just some dumb questions, really. Great salespeople, they ask the whole time, and then at the very end, they stop asking and they start telling. Do you not? Yeah, but nobody ever trains on this. It's so simple. Ask a bunch of questions at the end. This is what you wanted. I'm going to help you get it. Cool? Like, just keep it simple and tell them what they are doing. People love to be led, right? When I love it when I go to a restaurant. I'm like, hey, what's the best thing on the menu? They're like, I don't know. I'm like, why am I eating here then? Right? People like to be led. Tell them. I want you to stand up if you are the most successful person in the history of your family tree. Give them a hand for being that. Now I want you to stand up if you're not, but you commit right now that you, in this moment, that you are going to become that person that everybody thinks about, that everybody talks about, and that changes generations and the family tree forever. And what's interesting about this is there's still going to be people that sit down. There's still going to be people that don't stand up. Like Letitia earlier is like asking people to stand up, and most of you sit up. And she gets to the last question, and I'm like, there's two people sitting down. She's like, and if you're going to change generations forever, and a couple people stand up, and then there's others that don't. Earlier, if you didn't stand or raise your hand when she asked you that, shame on you. And that's the problem for your life, because you don't believe it, and you're not committing. You should stand when someone says it's time to make a change. You should stand when someone says you have the ability and the gift and the opportunity to do something special. Should I sugarcoat this a little bit more? I don't know, but I know that I would stand. I'm the one. I'm the one. I'm the one. No, I'm the one. Now sit down so I can finish.
Let's go.
You guys fired up a little bit? I got your attention today, yes? Dude, I walked into an event in Vegas with Brad Lee the other day, and I'm on like the far left of a graphic with 9 speakers over in the corner where you can't even see me. Like, nobody in the room knows who I am, and I get on stage and I said, dude, none of you know who I am? I said, but I will leave here and you will say, that was the best cat on stage and I never even knew he existed. Dude, why not? And you can do it in a humble way. Like, dude, I wouldn't be here without my parents. I wouldn't be here without my beautiful, amazing wife correcting me and slapping me around all the time. Give it up for her. Number 5, best known beats best. Best known, I'm writing a book right now called Best Known Beats Best. Attention is the answer. In a world we live in, best known beats best. There's a story about, who remembers the Miss Universe mishap with Steve Harvey? Like, in the winner of Miss Universe this year, whatever we're in, is whatever, but it was wrong. He walks off stage and they're like, dude, you said the wrong name. He's like, I just read the teleprompter, I thought. They're like, oh, don't worry about it. We'll clear up in the papers tomorrow. He's like, are you kidding me? There's a woman out there with a crown on her head as Miss Universe, and we're going to let her think she's Miss Universe 24 hours? He said, that's wrong. He walks back out in front of literally millions around the world and says, my bad, I made a mistake. I'm extremely sorry. Ma'am, I apologize, but this crown goes to this woman, and I said the wrong name, and I'm extremely sorry. He didn't blame anybody. He accepted responsibility. And he took all the blame, really, and did what was right in the moment. You know what's interesting about that is he got kicked off of Miss Universe. He was never going to be allowed back. Sponsors were like deleting him and not paying him anymore and canceling his contracts. Guess who owns Miss Universe today? Steve Harvey. Also, after that mishap, his name, Steve Harvey, was Googled 4 billion times in the next 72 hours. Was it a mistake? Was it terrible? You would think it's terrible for his brand. Now, I'm not saying to go announce Miss Universe or like trip down the stairs or like, whatever, but like, dude, best known beats best. Attention is the answer. Did it help his brand? Yes. Did he hate that it happened? Yes. But he made the best of it. On YouTube, we've been committed to getting attention, man. Like, I got a mic on me all the time. I've got a camera on my face. I'm recording stuff before I'm walking out here. We put up 2,400 videos. We're about to hit 100,000 subscribers. Last year, we were in Puerto Rico. Because of all the YouTube stuff we do, we were recognized 3 different times in a different country because of just meeting random insurance agents around the world. Simply because we've committed to getting known. Can we help more people if we're known? Yes. Can you do more for your family when you become known? Then why are you so worried about what other people think when you shoot a flippin' video? It's like, no, but they're going to hate on me, Akil. They're going to make fun of me. Dude, nobody gets more hate in the insurance industry than Cody Askins. Thank you. Dude, best known beats best. Am I committed to having the right heart, the right head, and doing the right thing no matter what anybody else says? Yes. Also, too, when I took over our marketing company, I had a State of the Union with everybody, and I got everybody together. And I said, I don't care what anybody else says about us. In any way, we are never going to respond. How often do you see me ever respond to these silly things in Facebook groups and comments on posts and ads and emails, all this stupid stuff, right? Dude, never. It's dumb to respond. You know what's funny about that? Psychologically, they think that you didn't see it, and then it starts messing with their head like, what, are they that busy, or do they not care, or do they even see it? Like, dude, it starts playing with their mind, which is why I never respond, ever. I don't care what it is, I don't respond. Now, is that difficult? Oh my gosh, you better believe it, because I see that and I'm like, all right, can't do anything about it. Go about our day. And it bothers me less now than it used to. And it'll be the same for you. Number 6, copy what works. Back in 2010, I was at Baptist Bible College. This isn't a great thing to say, but I'll say it anyway. Okay, I'll tell it myself. Back in 2010, I was at Baptist Bible College. I was in English class, and the professor was Steve Dowell, and he had me go to his office one day after class, and we go to his office. He lays my paper down and says, you are now kicked out of this class for plagiarizing your paper. Now, that's not a proud moment of mine. You can't plagiarize in college, but you can plagiarize in business. Dude, you can. Like, I see somebody do something good, I'm like, I'm doing that. I mean, I get plagiarized like every 14 seconds in our industry. Phenomenal, right? Like, you are supposed to do what works. We're doing panels and breakouts, and they're like, I do this, I spin this, I do this. And I'm like, why aren't we just doing that? Like, it's working. Copy what works. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision, make it plain so those that read it can run towards it. What is the vision? Is it plain? Are you running towards it? Is your team running towards it? Here's a little hack. I'll give you a little hack. I got 9 minutes. Goodness gracious, I got to hurry, okay? But I don't need any more time. I'm good, okay? But go, if you pull out your phone and go to YouTube and look up how to sell life insurance. I'll give you a quick hack really quick for content, YouTube video. This will surprise you. I rarely ever give this away unless it's like a consulting session. But dude, I'm going to give it away because I love you guys. Okay, why not? You look up how to sell life insurance. If you scroll to the video of me with my hands on my head with my mouth open like, and it is how to sell life insurance dash amazing. It's a couple videos down. It's got 110,000 views in 3 years. Yes, some of you are seeing this, yes? Okay. 110,000 views in 3 years. The one right above it on my phone or right below it, whichever way you look, is how to sell life insurance dash amazing, 927,000 views 8 years ago. And it's got all amazing in all caps and an exclamation point. Guess what I did? I copied what worked. We don't make this stuff up. We find stuff that is done well and we do that. Do I change the content? Yes. Can you trademark a flippin' YouTube title? No. And now there's other people doing the same thing. Dude, if you want to speak to consumers, find the top 100 videos that haven't been ads, actually have likes, actually have comments, and go do those. Why? Because what it tells you is they're being searched and found. That's phenomenal. And they're being clicked on. Only thing that matters, the content does not matter yet until somebody finds it and clicks on it. You could be the worst person in the world on video, like me back in 2015, but people found it and they clicked on it, and then I got better. Like, don't go back and watch the old videos from December 29th, 2015, where I'm like in a squeaky chair with a gray sweater on and like a nothing on my walls in an office and a shelf and like notes and a phone's crooked and I'm like saying 42 times and I'm reshooting the video 1,200 times. Like no. Like, but I started and I continued and I tuned out the noise. Copy what works. Is that helpful? A little YouTube hack for you? Yes. Somebody clapped. We're not going to break our rules now. Number 7 is details delay. Details delay. There's a story about the Spirit of St. Louis where Charles Lindbergh took the first nonstop solo flight from New York to Paris. And it took him 33 hours. He was going 130 miles an hour. He did not have anything to look at, didn't have a phone. It was back in 1927. He goes for 33 hours over the Atlantic, I think it is, I'm from Arkansas in Christian school, Atlantic Ocean from New York to Paris, okay? He flies over, awards, praise, 25 grand, all this stuff. He takes a boat back. And he gets back in the U.S. and they're like, dude, you flew over, why'd you take a boat back? He said, because if I would have known the ocean and the world was that vast, I would have never took the flight to begin with. Some of you are so worried about how vast the ocean and the world and your business is that you're not taking the flight. Dude, it's time to take the flight. Say flight if you're going to start taking the flight. Flight. Details hold back the vision. It's all a test. It's all a blessing. Dude, every time I get the door in my face, someone curses me out on the phone, an employee leaves. It doesn't matter, right? Like I get sued randomly from some scam artist. It doesn't matter. Like it's all a blessing. It's a test. Bishop T.D. Jakes says when you're like drowning and you're underwater and you think you can't breathe and you're about to quit, tap out. He said maybe, just maybe, you're being tested for that next level of leadership. When something's thrown your way and a curveball happens, maybe, just maybe, you're being tested to become a better person than you. That's what I believe. And you can become that person whenever you want. I'm going to skip one story. Number 8, don't compete, create. Don't compete, create. We created 8% Nation, 2,000 agents last year. Why? Because nobody was doing it. Everybody was like, oh, you're with this IMO. We can't talk. And it's like gang war and like, cartel style. And it's like, dude, if we see you in the alley, we're going at it. I'm like, what is going on here, man? Like, why can't we all learn from one another? We also created the Ultimate Agent Contest. Who's heard of the Ultimate Agent Contest? Yes? Somebody clapped. We shot Ultimate Agent Season 1 last year, Season 2 this year. If you don't know what that is, we gave away a ton of money and had agents compete live on camera, and we turned it into a reality show. Okay, I'll just summarize it really quick. It's on my YouTube channel. We just shot Season 2 recently, and we had uplines coming to me, and they were like, hey, you chose one of my agents for this show, and they're not ready. They're going to embarrass me. They're going to embarrass themselves. They're going to be first one voted off. They don't know what they're doing. They're terrible. This is not a good idea. Please don't have them on your show. I'm like, dude, it ain't up to you if they're on the flipping show. It's up to them. And guess what? They're going to do better than you think. Dude, we had one person that could not afford gas to drive to Missouri, did not know how they were going to get home. I interviewed him at the end after he did $10,000 in premium in 5 days, and I said, dude, how are you going to get home now? He said, dude, I'm just fine now. That person was said not to be on the show. When someone's put in the right environment, they can win. They can. It doesn't matter how bad or how terrible or how much money they have or how little they're doing. I'm telling you, they can be better. And then we created the Ultimate Agent Tour. Letitia Jackson and a bunch of us went around, like Luke Akery from Reminder Media, went around 5 cities in 5 days, 30-passenger jet, crazy week. We did that last year. Like, I'm looking to create special experiences and have you a part of it and reach the masses. I am. And I don't want to compete. I don't try to compete. Dude, like, most of the people are trying to compete, and they're not close. They're not catching us. We're creating. We're doing different stuff. And I'm not looking back to see what they're doing. We're moving forward. We're looking at our potential, not what somebody else is doing. It doesn't matter. I love this story. I'll finish with this. One day as a small child, Thomas Edison came home and he gave a paper to his mother. He told her, my teacher gave me this paper and told me to only give it to my mom. His mother's eyes were tearful as she read the letter out loud to her child. Your son is a genius. This school is too small for him, and he doesn't have enough good teachers to train him. Please teach him yourself. Many years later, after Edison's mother had died, he was looking through old family things. Now one of the greatest inventors of the century, he suddenly saw a folded piece of paper in the corner of a desk drawer. He took it and he opened it. On the paper was written, your son is mentally deficient. We won't let him come to school anymore. He is expelled. Edison cried for hours, and then he wrote in his diary, Thomas Alva Edison was a mentally deficient child that by a hero mother became the genius of the century. His mother did not listen to labels. His mother determined what happened in his life. It did not matter what the school thought, what the teacher thought, people in the community thought, other family thought, other friends thought. She said, you can determine your life. Each and every one of you, there's still things we're holding on to from childhood, from before, from things that have happened in our life that just held us back, that were terrible, that we're still holding on to, things we had to go through, things that our parents and family had to go through, that we remember, that we think about every day, and they're holding you back, and they're holding you back there instead of being present here. You determine who you become. You determine if you are the one. And you determine how much of an impact you make. I'm the one. I'm the one. Stand up if you mean it. I'm the one. I'm the one. No, Akil, I'm the one. No, I'm the one. 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 Are you the one? It doesn't matter what happens. You determine what you do from here on out. Impact is special. You are special. We love you. We appreciate you. And thank you for hanging out with me for 36 minutes.